Everybody, welcome back to Odyssey of the Dragonlords. Uh, in the last session, the party will finally have dealt with their business in the Mossy Temple, having defeated Demetria and saved the teenagers who were taken away from their houses by her and her promises. The party decided to lead these people back to the city of Estoria, being accompanied by Lorius, a satyr that they met along the way. Upon arriving towards after a bit of negotiation with the Fae, who basically confirmed that Demetria has been sort of a liability for them in the last recent time. The party didn't have too many qualms about having to put her down. Amongst the things that were looted, I guess, from around the area was a strange, two strange things. One of them was the short bow that the Metro had. Another was a tome, I believe, that you guys found in a false bottom in the trunk. However, further research on these matters may need to wait, as the party departed to Estoria soon after, arriving sort of in the middle of the night, trusting some of the guards of the city to lead the young men and women back to their houses. The party is now taking a bit of a break upon preparing for their next task, and that's where we are at the moment. So, you guys, you guys finish your long rest here in Astoria, and as that happens, I have a bit of a thing. So as you guys are, grabbing your well-deserved rest, there's a bit of an uneasy feeling.
Uh-oh.
Not because a nightmare comes by to you guys again, but rather those of you who would have this strange feeling are those of you who interacted with the book, the tome that was found in amongst Demetrius' belongings. Uh, you see the image of the tome in your mind. Its horrid visage, bound in human skin, uh, is a permanent image in your dream, even if your dream itself is not about that. It is a strange sensation. Who has it? I believe
It's me.
Metius, you have it.
Oh yeah.
Metius, you're used to feeling pursued, for lack of a better term.
hmm
It's a similar situation to that. Mind you, again, you don't dream specifically of the book or anything related to the subject. Your dream may have been, well, really anything you would think Metius would reasonably dream of at the time. Rather, the image, of the book kind of keeps popping up here and there in your dream. Like out of the corner of your eye, under on a shelf, somewhere in the background. You're not sure why, but it's a very uneasy feeling you feel from it. Other than that, you guys, wake up in the morning, feeling refreshed, getting ready to start a new day.
Even with that dream, I still feel good from sleeping, or
You still, like I said, your dream isn't interrupted in any way, shape, or form.
okay,
It's just
okay,
like the image, like the
right,
sensation of the book is kind of prevalent in the background of your dream.
okay, interesting.
So you guys wake up feeling refreshed in the morning. Currently within the halls of Pythor's palace. Uh, what will you guys do?
I think we should search for that guy.
Before we leave, um, Exandre goes to look for her dad to ask for some more wine, seeing as it somehow saved us twice.
You find Pythor not in his throne room, but rather out in one of the main halls, the ones that have, the displays of his past victories, put up on, on literal pedestals or, as paintings on the side. He's currently having a slight discussion, or not discussion, conversation rather, with a small halfling gentleman who, seems like he's probably from the upper strata, so to speak. Pythor is currently having a conversation with this man as you approach, in what you believe to be, the language of halflings, that you may or may not know. Pythor notices you approach and just requests a little bit of time from the halfling individual to speak to you as you come by. And
That's right, priorities. Just joking.
little Alexandri, how may I help you? I'm sorry not to receive you in the night, but kingly business and the like was keeping me away. What is it that you need?
Well, we're about to head to Necropolis. There's a couple things I wanted to ask and see if you could give us any information about.
The Necropolis of Telamok. Yes, that is a place of great history in the land. What is it that you precisely need?
Um, we believe we're going to be encountering a lot of undead entities when we enter Necropolis. I was curious if you had any like holy water around the place, or uh, maybe any weapons that would help us defeat the undead. I think I'll be okay, but I'm more worried about everyone else in the group. They don't tend to have the innate power that helps stop undead.
I can take him.
Sadly, most of the more powerful artifacts were lost during the time after the First War. But I suppose I could ask around and see if some of the acolytes or clerics in the temple may have some holy water. How many of these would you need?
Well, I don't think I need any, but I do believe like Juno and Drac and Metius and well, actually everybody but me is going to need assistance with keeping undead dead.
I can move mountains and rivers for you and your friends, my little Alexandri. But I cannot, of course, abuse the hospitality of the people of Estoria. I will do what I can, and I shall make sure these items are delivered to you and your group immediately. At this point, the halfling kind of speaks up and says, "Lord, I do not mean to interrupt, but there's still a matter that we were discussing." Pythor kind of looks at him, just does like this weird gesture with his hand, almost indicating to, just hold on a moment. Then he says, right, we'll get to discuss that in a moment. Is there anything else you and your friends need, little Alexandri?
This is gonna sound a little ridiculous, but can I have another vial of your wine? It literally saved us twice, and it did come in handy with getting us past quite a few obstacles that were put in our path by oh wow. Every time we take a break, I forget everybody's name in this game.
Sidon?
No, his wife.
Lutheria?
Lutheria. It helped us get past a puzzle that was put in place by Lutheria and her husband.
I suppose if it came in that quite in handy, you must certainly have found better uses to it than just good old fashioned drinking. Right.
It also helped us see some prophecies, so it was pretty useful.
Ah, he kind of leans in a little bit closer. You've drank deep from from the horn, haven't you? Right.
She nods her head and yes.
Ah, of course, of course. I'm not gonna ask you what you saw, even though I will have been informed on some of the details. But I do have a bit more wine coming around. I'll have one of the servants deliver those to you as well. However, well, I'm not sure if you're looking for any of the higher quality things, but well, you're going to slowly run me out of those ones, huh?
She's going to grin and be like, maybe. Um, I do notice that you have the halfling friend waiting for you. Is there anything that we could do to assist you and your friend
Uh,
while we're?
he kind of looks over and says, "Oh, this is just a friend of mine. This is Tovos, the ambassador of the local halfling enclave here in Estoria. Tovos, whose name appears to be that of the halflings, kind of does like a small bow at you uh, and says, "Right, I came to Lord Pyther with a bit of a situation that had presented itself, but nothing you should be concerned with. Is merely something that I'm certain can be easily resolved."
Oh well, if you guys do need assistance, uh, my companions and I are happy to help after we return from our task at Necropolis.
Right. Tovos kind of does like a nod and says he wouldn't want to keep you from your duties, though, and that of your allies. I shall see if this matter can be addressed without need of too great of an intervention. Uh,
Right?
Pythor looks at you and says, "Right, I'll get to making a couple of spreading the word around and making sure that materials are delivered to you and your companions. So wine, holy water. Between you and me, I consider them roughly the same. Some would say that the wine is indeed some form of divine intervention." He kind of chuckles a little bit. Thobos doesn't laugh at first until Pythor kind of looks at him, and then he kind of forces like a bit of a smile and a bit of a laugh. Then Pythor is kind of straightening himself up and says, "Right, of course. Yes, we shall get to working on that. Is there anything else?"
Um, one last thing. Do you by chance know inside of Necropolis where Estor Archlander's tomb might be located? Or do you know of a place where I could maybe find a sort of map of Necropolis so we don't get lost
Well,
in the city of the dead?
that's a name I haven't heard in a while. Right. As far as maps go of the necropolis, I'm afraid to say there are none. Not because nobody has been there. People have definitely been there. It's just that, out of, I suppose you could call it tradition, the maps have never really been properly charted of the necropolis. It is a very simple place as far as I remember from last time. Simply go up the mountains, past the bridge, and you will see a very dreadful landscape where all the tombs of the previous Dragonlords lie. As far as the tomb of Estor Calander, I don't know why you will want to deal with someone as him, but his tomb is certainly somewhere there in the necropolis. Uh, might be one of the very first few you will see.
Alright, well, hopefully we can find him. Don't know what we're gonna do once we do, but somehow he's tied into quite a few prophecies, and seeing as he's dead and all.
Oh, I'm gonna tell you right now, you will not find him in his tomb. Uh, Legend says that he was cursed to wander the seas forever, as a ghost, of course. I informed this to one of your companions. I suppose the cat's out the bag now.
Oof.
Who did you
Flashback.
tell this to, by chance?
The one they call Porunga.
Okay. He's quite quiet. I'm
Flashback.
just sure he hasn't gotten around to telling everybody yet.
Small flashback.
Well, if you and your friend Phobos, don't seem to fix whatever issue is going on by the time we are back from Necropolis, just let us know. Have a great day.
Of course, and you have a good day as well.
She'll give him a big hug and a kiss on the cheek, and then she'll wave by the Phobos, and then she'll just skip away.
He returns the hug. Again, due to his strength, feels like he's damn near crushing you.
And he's giant, right? He's like huge.
Well, he's not like giant sized. He
No, but he's like as big as Drakgar, right?
almost basically, yeah.
Yeah.
So he is, pretty big.
I climbed up his side and give him a hug. I still gave him a hug.
So he was crunch, crunch.
Okay. In that case, you went over there, agreed stuff with Pythor, to get some supplies delivered to you and your companions, wherever they may find you. Anybody else doing anything in the morning?
I need to spend an hour and 10 minutes ritual casting Find Familiar.
Okay. You spend some time out of the day, first hour or so of your daytime to perform a small ritual where you burn a couple materials that you have acquired recently, and you will summon your familiar. What familiar is this?
So I think the Metius would sit cross-legged in front of his brazier and fill it with the materials and spend an hour chanting and humming and doing gestures while it's lit. And at the end of that hour and 10 minutes, when the fire goes out, a small white vampire bat would come out of the flames and perch on his left shoulder, and it's a small vampire bat. It's white and it has green eyes and like little green
Yeah.
sort of very unnatural looking, right? Very like sort of out of this world. I also need another hour for a different ritual cast, but I don't know if I have the time.
What spell is this?
Identify.
Identify doesn't take an hour. Ritual casting adds 10 minutes to the casting time of the spell, as long as
Is it just one action?
Identify
check.
is one action if you decide to use up the spell slot. Otherwise,
Oh, excellent. Okay, so I'll just spend 10 minutes then. But I need to ask this. Can I cast? No, I can't. Can I cast it through my familiar?
what are you trying to cast?
I want to cast Identify on the book.
So the familiar, as far as familiar rulings can make, I believe, it's able to deliver a spell with the range of touch, with a reaction. Let me double check something. Don't know if would be the same as because Identify. Could you put Identify on the chat for a moment?
Yeah, sure.
Your bat is the cutest thing ever. I found a white vampire bat online, and it's so cute.
Yeah, they're real cute.
Range of touch, 1 minute. Oh, never mind. It is a casting of time of 1 minute, meaning you yourself have to be touching the book.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna do it. I'm going to cast Identify on the book that I got from the false bottom.
Okay.
Of that chest.
You spend around, are you using the spell slot or ritual casting it?
I'm gonna ritual cast it.
Okay.
So he would sit cross-legged again with the book in front of him, with his right hand on the book, and in his left hand he's holding the pearl and sort of like slowly moving it around between his fingers.
All right. So you spend around 10 minutes or so, 11 minutes technically, holding on to this stone. You will realize that there is some degree of magic from it. Well, the book itself is not a magical item like a grimoire or something like that. It does contain some degree of innately magical origins, shall we say.
Okay.
I'm not sure if I mentioned this before that you read this, when you just kind of were going through the pages of the book. You did investigate it like that, did you?
No, I never opened it. I just touched it.
Okay. Well, in this case, what would happen is that, while you, like I said, this is not a magical item.
Mhm.
The magic that you do identify is that this appears to contain a couple of spells, like a spell book of sorts, like a wizard spell. Uh, I will tell you those if you want me to, but suffice it to say that the some of the spells that you see are a little bit high level. You're not even sure if the Metro herself had the abilities of casting some of these. Um, the other thing that you notice about this book, that while you don't read it properly, I'll say for the purposes of the spell identify, you'll be able to discern that the book is divided in two parts. One is the affirmation spell book. The other is something else that you don't quite detect, that type of source of magic from. But you won't know what it is unless you actually read it.
Okay. I will pack it back up into my bag, wrapped maybe in like a small cloth, and find the rest of my companions.
Okay. Anybody else doing anything this morning?
Are we, are we ch-
Um,
um,
I'm, can I just be just psyching myself up, ready to go? Also, be very sad to know that that's the final resting place of my companions.
Well, thinking back on it, you are aware, Derek, that many other Dragonlords came after your time. Be them descendants of the original ones, or other people who just decided to take up the mantle, during the time of the wars and the like. You're aware that those, came after, the original time. It just, you feel this weird sensation. You are stepping into a world that has been removed from you, or rather, you have been removed from it for quite some time. Uh, Running the scenario through your mind, it does feel uncanny, unreal that you are, going to be visiting the tombs of those who, from your perspective, last time you saw them were alive and healthy. Uh, Passage of time is a horrible thing. Same as is the ruthlessness of the enemies that may have felled your allies. Uh, Besides thinking on that, how do you psych yourself up?
I start remembering good times when I was with the original Dragonlords. How you were, it's running through my head how you were just partying for the war. We are just partying together because you had first come to this land. We decided, you know what, this is where we're gonna settle. This is what we're gonna do with this world. We got this. We start building together, crops, seeing the village grow, understanding that every day was together, us guys and girls, creating such a wonderful place, and be like, wow, man, I can't believe it. I'm like almost gonna see him, but then at the same time, it takes me back to the day that after partying, I met Versailles at the ocean, and I was taken away from there, and then while being in that confined space for so many years, to this day, I'm still thinking is can't believe it. Could have been just with them the whole time if I just didn't do this one thing. It's again, it's getting you so pumped up, but at the same time you're sad because at the end of the day, this was your guys, and around this time you probably would have been dead too. There was like a small oath with them, but you disappearing, me disappearing, and not being with them makes me sad. That's how Jack would think.
Okay. Using this sadness, well, you hope that you can channel it so as to continue this new quest you're embarking upon with this new group of people that seem to share in the same fate as you. Uh, Anybody else doing anything in the morning?
I'll just be looking for that guy.
For that guy.
I forgot his name. The one that had the cursed object.
Klaus.
For the dead guy.
Yes, that one.
Gonna be kind of hard to do that because, well, Estoria is a decently sized city.
I would have told you that I have a way to locate the object, so you don't have to go wandering around the city.
Yeah, true. Are you doing that now, or?
No, because
You
I'm
still
talking to Dad.
Oh yeah, you're still gone. Never mind. I thought you came back. I guess I'll
Quick-
wait for everybody to meet up again.
Sorry. So I have a quick question. Not in game, of course. This is Adolfo asking. Is there any actual? I'm looking through the. I'm sorry. I'm looking through the PDF for player's guide. Is there any actual like lore for the Dragonlords, like small snippets of their lives, or no?
It sends you a couple of bits here and there when you message me.
I know that, but like a small like background of each. If not, 'cause I want to know.
Well, I will say that you got to use R. Okay. Well, I will say that you will know that each of them had well, each of them had a specific, shall we say, a relatively unknown background before they arrived, to Tylea. Most that people know about the Dragonlords is that they were not originally from the land of Tylea. In fact, theories, speculated that the names that they are known now today may not have actually been their original names, but rather names they adopted once they entered the land. Regardless, each of the original Dragonlords they very decidedly left their previous life behind once they accepted the burden, shall we say, of becoming, I guess, saviors for the people. Of course, they did live their own lives, besides being warriors and what have you. But most of it is very reserved for you. They would have shared things here and there about you, about them rather, with you. Obviously, Telamok, Estor, Archelander were horrible, well, somewhat horrible people, known famously for being quite ruthless in the battlefield. Xander, the leader, he was basically, if I had to describe his personality in very little words, he was like, he was the Captain America of the group, Boy Scout, straight and narrow, often there to motivate people to fight harder. Ryzen Phobos was, despite being one of the few women amongst the ranks of the Dragonlords, she was often seen as Xander's equal, also a rival of sorts. Had like a very anime-esque, rivalry within themselves. You would also know that Janessa Ventrak was mostly secretive. Nobody really knew much of her, except for one person that you're familiar with. It is believed that the only one that she really allowed to get close to her was Damon, who wasn't a Dragonlord himself. Last but not least, Donis Nurdagon. Well, much like how many would describe, or at least some would describe you, he was the uh, pretty, if somewhat dumb, member of the original Dragonlords. A himbo in all extent of the imagination. Uh, Unparalleled beauty for a man of his caliber. Swordplay, however, not as much.
Yeah, I'll say me and him, pretty much were almost equal, except he got more of the ladies than I did. So sad.
Well, ladies, man, anything was fair game for Adonis Nurdagon.
I was going full ladies, of course. He just got more than me. I was like, God damn, bro, God damn it.
This
Joke,
is
bro.
why you should never compare your body count to a bisexual person. Now,
Like, I only got one, okay, and I was stuck for it forever, okay.
so, but that's what you would know about your fellow, fellow Dragonlords. There are, like I mentioned, there were more than these, but all of them came after you. You're not too familiar with anybody else.
Okay, so just so I could add something here or there. Story purposes, of course. I'm not going crazy with this.
Within reason.
Of course, within reason. I'm not completely gonna 180 somebody, of course.
As long as it lines up, I will allow you to improvise how you see fit.
For this, I want you to like, hey, look, you guys don't know some stuff, but since I was the the other person in this when it was likable, kinda, I know some things from Dragonlord from the. Okay, I'm good now.
Yeah, your audio cut out like pretty badly for like the last bit of it. Anyways, unless anybody else has anything to do in the morning, I will say for the sake of convenience, you guys would be in close proximity to one another, gathering up in the halls of the King's Palace. I believe Cass had to step away for a moment. Damn.
In the hello.
Oh, okay, there we go.
I wanna when we gather, I want to tell everybody about that book and how I identified it, but I didn't really find anything other than it's slightly magical, and that it appeared in my dream in some way. And I would ask Exandria, because she's the cleric, if she knows how to detect curses, because it looks foul. This book is covered in some disgusting skin of some kind, or if maybe there's a priest that she knows of that we could go look at this.
Well, I do plan on being able to identify and look at curses. I do have to say, as of right now, those type of spells are a little too advanced for me. If you're willing to just hold on to the book for a little while, I can maybe study curses a little more in my downtime when we're in the city to better prepare myself. Um, but if you feel like or think that is just gonna point to the skin book um, is a bigger priority, I'm pretty sure we might be able to find someone to assist you in looking at it when we return from Necropolis.
All right, I think I can wait until then. So I'll wrap it back up and put it in my bag, and I suppose we need to look for Klaus.
All right, is everybody here?
Sounds like it.
Good.
I don't know what Derek is doing.
Shush.
All right. Let's go into town where we last saw Klaus with the cursed necklace. I stayed up a little bit later last night to prep a spell to help us better locate him.
So, are you casting locate object once you're within the vicinity of the marketplace?
Yeah, I'm going to ritually cast locate object.
So you guys step out of the king's palace. Guards salute you as you pass by, moving through the streets now that it's daytime and a lot more people are here. You will be met with many faces of passing citizens who clearly have become a little bit more adept at recognizing you guys. From time to time, they will, you know, talk praise about you as you pass by. Occasionally, you hear like a passing minstrel, probably like do like a bit of a small melody in a lyre of sorts, and do a little bit of a impromptu rhyme regarding your names. Uh, Other than that, however, uh, you guys manage to make it towards the center of the city, to the Great Agora, as you finish casting up locate object. Could you put the spell up in the chat real quick? That is enthrall.
Best spell.
You get a ping, not too far away from where you are. You get a general direction, and you get the feeling that the necklace is not moving.
Uh-oh.
Oh, well,
Going, guys.
sad news is that the necklace is stationary, guys.
You see,
Well, let's just hope he's just sleeping.
It's this way. Follow me.
Hopefully.
Dang
You
it, gang.
go around, somewhere in the southwestern side of the marketplace. You come up to the general location where you have received the ping of the necklace, and as you turn a corner, you see laying down in an alleyway, who appears to be Klaus, looking a little bit more emaciated than before. The necklace is tightly clutched in his hand, and he doesn't seem like he is moving.
Can I check his pulse? Like, is he dead or is he just very?
As you go close and you put your hands on him to check his pulse, he kind of like shakes a little bit. She like shakes awake almost. Uh, Turns to look at you, still looking, looking pretty bad. He stares at you for a couple of seconds as you probably jump back a little bit. Once he shakes a little bit and he says, "It's you. You're here to see an old man that has given up on life?
Ah, bro, you're coming with us. There you go.
We're,
You are about to say something, Alexander?
we're just here to help you return the necklace so you can get rid of your curse.
That's what I said.
So now, right. I suppose I can do that. Kinda looks around the other side of the alley, street that kinda leads into a little bit more out in the open. And he says, I suppose I deserve this. What happened to me? This thing, this curse has shown me that certainly my life could have taken a better path. Kinda turns back to look at you guys and says, and now you're taking pity of me. I appreciate the sentiment, but I feel like the world might be better without me.
So you're just
Uh,
going to give up on your family then?
They got someone like me who has brought them nothing but misery.
Well, sounds like to me you should take this as a second life and better yourself then.
An excellent point.
Take this as a opportunity to right your wrongs and come out the other end as a better person. Anyways, you're coming with us. Jack, can we like tie him to your back or something?
Wait, we're gonna bring him with us?
It's gonna
Yeah.
be like that. It's gonna be like that SpongeBob episode. It's one big guy and then Patrick's right behind him.
I
Well,
didn't see it. But
look at it this way. Did you want to hold the curse necklace?
I'll do it.
Didn't even hesitate.
And do you know where the curse necklace goes to once we get to Necropolis?
No, but I'm sure we'll figure it out. He's not in a state to survive any kind of a journey. He looks like he could probably die on the way there. So I think that I'll bear the curse for him, and he can spend the rest of this time getting healthy, and then, allowing his himself to correct his mistakes, as you suggested.
Kinda looks over at you and says, Will you truly do that for one such as myself?
I would, but are you going to take care of your family and make sure that you take the correct actions?
If this is truly my second chance, then I will not waste it.
Then I'll take the necklace from you.
He looks over at you and very weakly holds up the hand that clutches the necklace.
I help him hold it up.
He says, Knowing that I have taken it from someone's grave, I deliver this necklace to you. And
And I'll grab it and say I accept.
Metius,
Mhm.
you are now under the effects of the curse of the grave robber.
Okay.
While affected by this curse, you are unable to eat or drink. Any attempt to do so will result in you throwing up. After a number of days equal to your constitution modifier, you will die.
Okay.
Sedge.
When I take this amulet from him, do I feel like a weight? Is there like some thing that comes along with the magic of the curse?
It is. It's not a weight, rather a a sensation that goes up from your arm until it climbs up and reaches your torso. Once it reaches your torso, you feel your throat kind of like drying up a little bit. You feel your stomach almost as if like a segment of it kind of closes up. You've heard of the expression, feeling, like you know how when when you choke up, you feel like that kind of like
Yeah,
tightness
yeah,
sensation
yeah.
in your throat. Imagine that,
Yeah.
but like below, around your stomach area.
Okay.
Can I see that the Metius now has the necklace? Can I turn to the guy on the ground and hand him some water and a little bit of rations to try and eat to see how he reacts?
You may. He kind of notices. What specifically are you handing him?
What was that sentence?
What specifically are you handing him?
I hand him a little bit of water from my canteen and some dried like jerky that my character doesn't eat because she's a vegetarian.
Okay. You see, yes, still weakened because the effect doesn't just disappear when the curse is passed on. Still weakened from this. Klaus seems to try his best to consume the what you've given him, and you notice that as he takes just a little bit of the rice, like a little bite, downs it with a little bit of water, and you see his expression like like he's reborn, like he's feeling strangely uh revitalized. He doesn't eat or drink too much, mind you, because well, after a certain amount of time your body not being fed uh may cause some shock, shall we say. Little by little he will feed himself upon the rations and the water skin if you allow him to.
I do. Um, here is here's 5 silver. Uh, make sure you get some food to take home to your wife and child. And then she's going to stand up and look at Metius, and she's going to be like, in 8 hours, I will take over necklace duty so you can eat and drink.
Yeah, and I'll also want a couple of silver too.
All right.
It seems that the effects wear off once we transfer the necklace. So if we all just take shifts bearing it and its curse, it should allow the previous wearer to replenish their strength.
It's possible. We'll see if that's what actually happens.
I misspoke earlier. It's not a number of days equal to your Constitution modifier. It's equal to your Constitution score.
My Constitution score?
Yes.
Okay. So
Seal of America.
I'm good for a while.
Correct. But I mean, you still feel you will still be under effects of the curse. As you guys will hoist up, shall we say, Klaus, Drakgar, I believe, are you helping him up or?
Yeah, I open.
Okay, so you guys hoist up Klaus, and he will, while kind of being taken up into your shoulders, he will say, "Thank you for this."
Let's at least take him into town to grab a little bit of food, and then we'll politely carry him to his family's home. And then I guess we could go collect Kyra and what is our Fey creature buddy's name again? Droop 2.0. Is it Loros?
Lorius.
Glorious?
Lorius, yeah. Let's go deliver him home and then go collect Lorius.
Our fucking boy? Fuck yeah.
It's just been such a long time, it's so hard to remember everybody's names.
No, I
And
love
then-
that guy.
Me too.
And then since he's probably still weak, I'll offer to carry him to the place we're going.
Okay. So, you guys will need to go over. Let me just 1 second while I do something real quick. So as you following his instructions, you proceed to go deliver Klaus over to his.
Whoa.
Oh, somebody was about to say something.
No, sorry, I just coughed.
Cough.
Following, Klaus's instructions, you proceed to deliver him over to the, to his house. It is, you're not sure what you expected, but it's very clearly that ever since acquiring the curse, the house hasn't seen much improvement. There is noticeable disrepair in some of these in the walls around here. You will see that, you know, following the line of thinking that he may have like fully given up, he doesn't seem to have bothered, maintaining the place. No signs of his family, obviously, as you were told. It appears that his wife has and taken the child and left him a while ago. So,
While they drag him up to his house, does he have neighbors?
he does. They look a little bit weirdly at you guys.
Can I approach them?
Like,
Wave hi.
like they're not quite sure. Like, cause obviously word spread around of Klaus's actions. So there's a bit of a strange look that you get from the from neighbors for assisting a cursed man.
It's the rock eyebrow raise.
They're gonna be like, good morning. By the looks on your faces, I assume you guys are. Hold on, my cat's being a total ass. Okay, so I assume by the looks on your faces, you guys know of what Klaus has done, correct?
This other sort of like human man says, "Yeah, we heard the stories. He was cursed for sneaking off into the necropolis. Not many would approach this man willingly and assist him knowing that. But
Well,
you all don't look like you're just anyone. Heard the stories. You're the ones that helped bring back those kids last night.
yes, that was us.
And now you're in the business of helping cursed men? Oh, good luck with that."
Why, thank you. I do hope luck is on our side. But I can't confirm that for the time being, Klaus is no longer cursed. We have taken it upon ourselves to transfer the curse to our group. He is very frail and weak as of now. I was wondering, if I leave you guys with a little bit of coinage, will you see fit that he is taken care of for the time being? Any extra coinage you may put into your own pockets? And upon our return of delivering the curse back to where it belongs, I will come and check up to see if he's doing okay.
I suppose he would owe us a favor if we do this. Look, I have no ill will against the man, but you have to understand our apprehension to this. I'll suppose I'll make sure and see that he is taken care of. I'm
And
certain.
then if he gets better, just make sure he owes you a favor.
Right. I'm certain he'll his family will want to hear about this, if they're still within the city, that is.
I will hand them 2 gold, and I will tell them one of them is payment for themselves, and one of them is payment to take care of him until he's pretty much nursed back to strength.
Right, we'll take care of this guy. You heard that, Klaus? We're gonna be looking out after you for a moment. Talk about neighborhood watch. Klaus is gonna retrieve from Drakgar's back and sort of helped carried both by this human man and another dwarven individual that was that kind of overheard the conversation and is now assisting in moving Klaus back to his place of residence. You put him down. Uh,
No, like.
Might I have your guys' names for future?
Damn it!
Upon
Poor
returning to
choice
the
of
city?
words.
crazy. Kinda looks the human man looks over at you and says, "Name's Geralt."
Thank you, Gary.
And it kind of like the doorman doesn't seem to answer because he was already went ahead to kind of deliver Klaus back to the house. But the human man looks back at you and says, "If you want to know that one's name, well, he's Fargrim."
His name is what?
Fargrim.
Can you spell that?
Hey, you ask me for.
Okay, that's not what I heard. That's why I asked. I heard a fart, and then I was like, what? One more time? This is the human, correct? And the other one was a dwarf?
Human is Geralt. Dwarven was Fargrim.
Okay, thank you. Alright. You guys, how close are we to Aesop's place?
You're on the other side of the city.
Oh,
Well, not quite on the other side of the city, but you are a decent distance, like around here. Aesop is a little bit further away.
well, guys, we could go back to the palace and collect the material that I asked my dad to help us obtain. Or we could go to Aesop's and see if we could obtain any more holy water.
Sounds like a plan.
All right. Let's. I'll ask Aesop about this book quickly as well, so at least we can accomplish two goals at once if we head to Aesop's first,
Alright,
or
off
just
to
at all.
Aesop's.
Okay. You guys travel over to the other side of the city to go to the Dragon Shrine. There, as it often is the case, you guys will be met by the acolytes who are, still running the place. Aesop not too far into the temple. He's surprised, to see you guys back here. Once the acolytes inform him of your presence, he approaches and says, "Well, I was not expecting to see you all again so soon. I was under the
I
impression."
know, we're becoming your #1 fans.
Right. I take it you meant that as a jest. But the sentiment is appreciated nonetheless. I was informed by some of the local guards that you were in need of some resources to deal with the undead.
Yes, that is very true.
Right. We have gathered a couple of vials of holy water from the local believers, and he will hand you guys let's see, 3 flasks of holy water.
Thank you. She will put them in her side belt. 3 flasks of holy water. Might I ask you how one creates holy water?
It
Do I know that? Do I know how to, or do I have to ask?
are a cleric, aren't you?
I am, but like, is that just like basic knowledge, or
It's,
like?
if you went through clerical, like training and the like, you would know how to make holy water. It takes an hour ritual or so, using up a couple materials. Well, one type of material, which is powdered silver, and whatever amount of water you wish to make with this. Usually, people make them a flask at a time. Takes an hour, the powdered silver, and a first level spell slot to create holy water.
Okay. Aesop, where might one buy some powdered silver in this town?
All over the place. Really, the Agora is your best bet. However, I can tell by the look in your face that you are intending to use this for, well, more clerical practices.
Why, of course.
We happen to have some of that laying around, which is what we use to create these flasks.
May I ask how much you would sell it for?
Well, if you're willing to give the temple the donations of 25 gold pieces per each of our uh, our powder silver, I suppose we can give it to you.
All right. She will open up her little side pouch and she will dig out. How much do I want to dig out? I will give him. How far away is Necropolis again, day wise?
Like roughly a little bit over a day.
A little bit over a day. Okay, she will give him 50 gold. 6, 7, 8. So
He
that's
has
30.
one of the acolytes bring over two little bags that uh, they hand over to you. Moving it around, it does sound like a powdery substance is inside.
All right. Well, uh, this is gonna sound silly, but do you guys happen to have 2 vials I may borrow, and then upon our return to the city, I can hand you back all of these vials?
Kinda looks over and says, "Well, I suppose if you can't reuse the vials where the those 3 flags of holy water are at, we could potentially spare some."
Um, I will hold on to the vials after we use them, and I'll bring them back to you in case we need to buy any more holy water in the future. I see no reason to create waste of such a useful item.
Right. In that case, he has another one of the acolytes bring a couple of the flasks that look very similar to the one that you guys got from the holy water. Let me just double check here. Each of them is two copper pieces.
Oh, well, here you go. Here's a silver piece because I don't carry copper.
Damn.
We appreciate the donation.
It's like here, make change for 100. I only got, I only carry
I thought
$100
they were gonna
bills.
be like 1 gold piece.
It's like I only carry $100 bills on me.
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't carry anything below a 20. Okay. Well, thank you, Aesop, and we do have one more thing to ask you before we leave.
You,
And she's gonna like step aside so Matthias could step up.
I will prompt it. I will step forward and put my bag down and pull out the cloth wrapped book. I guess I can't speak today. And I'll say to Aesop, I have an item here, a tome of some kind that we took from Demetria. It was in a secret compartment in one of her chests. I identified it, and there's some powerful magic in it, but I was only able to get some of the information from this item. The rest of it seems to be locked behind something out of my grasp, and I was wondering if you had any information on these kinds of items, and I will show him without and I'll tell him not to touch it specifically, but just show him like this skin tome.
Before you show it, he does gesture for you guys to go to a little bit of a more of a side area of the temple, so as to
Okay.
display it in front of the other acolytes. He
I'll follow him.
kind of steps it over to the side, and once he's on the side, you show the book, and he says, "Well, I can tell just by looking at it that this may possess some dark text indeed. While I don't believe that the book itself may contain any form of dangerous enchantment, I believe this may have some, well, if I was to take a guess, some form of dark ritual written within its pages. But of course, I would not be able to know unless we were to read into it. Have you perhaps...
But you don't think it's cursed?
I do not believe it may be. However, well, if your magic was not able to identify some degree of, a curse or other form of dangerous, harmful magic to the user, then I believe there's not much else I can tell you. Other than the fact that, well, this types of books, it is often said that dark tomes such as this one were written by, well, written and left behind in this world as part of dark rituals. Some believe that this type of books may have been penned by the very hand of Estoria herself.
Interesting. Well, thank you for the information. I will keep it with me and make sure it doesn't fall into the wrong hands.
Kinda nods and says, well, if I may share my opinion here,
Of course.
I believe the book best lies destroyed. But if you do believe that it might be better in your own hands, I am not one that will take such thing away from you.
I grab
Okay.
my axe. I could fix that.
Well, let's not be hasty with. There's possibly knowledge inside of it, so
Oh,
it
fine.
might bear some research. And if it truly is as dark as suggested, then we will destroy it.
Put my axe away then.
I will wrap it up and put it back in my bag, and bow to Aesop. And I suppose that concludes our business here.
Okay. If nobody has any more business with Aesop, he will kind of lead you guys back to the main segment of the temple and bow at you guys and say, wherever your journeys may take you, I hope the strength of the five is with you all. And remember, deliver the horn to Queen Valus.
So where are we off to next?
We leaving yet?
Thank you, Aesop. Hopefully next time we meet, it's for a simple prayer and some lunch. And then he'll actually give another 10 silver to the church.
Kind of accepts it graciously.
He's been very helpful to us throughout our adventures. The church well deserves it. I guess from here we just go and get Kyra and Loris and the material for my father, and then I guess we're on our way.
Wonderful.
For the purposes of time, you guys walk back into the palace, are promptly delivered the wine by one of Pythor's, attendants. As a
Maids.
gracious gift from King Pythor.
Does it look like it's good quality?
It appears to be at the very least at plain sight.
Excellent.
You also will find Lorius and Kyra, who, well, Lorius himself looks, like he's out of this world. Like he his eyes are starry eyes. He's looking around the palace, and almost if he didn't believe that he was allowed to stay, the night here.
Yeah.
Kyra, not too far away from Lorius, seems to walk with a very, the telltale sort of like pep in her step, uh, as she approaches and says, "Oh, so is it time to get out of here? Not that I didn't appreciate visiting my brother at all, but, well, I can't be in one place for long enough periods of time."
Yes, it's time for us to go stretch our legs. And she stops herself from saying auntie. And she's gonna be like, Kyra,
Mhm.
you're not allowed to assist us in battle, correct?
The oath of peace prevents us gods for directly assisting or acting against the Titans and their forces.
But you are free to help us do other things, like search for items or knowledge, correct? As long as it's not.
Are you trying to make me your errand girl?
No, no, no. I was just curious as to how far, like, what you allow it to be. Because essentially, there's a lot of information that we are missing that we need to obtain, and I just know that you're well read and you like studying a book, so I was more or less curious that anything that we find out when we go to Necropolis, if you would be able to assist us in knowledge if you know it. Does that make sense?
I do know of pretty much every story that has been written about the Dragonlords and the Necropolis, therefore, I can provide information in what you may need. Beyond that, I can't promise too much. I swear.
No worries. Information is incredibly valuable and super powerful in its own way.
I swear, sometimes being a goddess is more trouble than it's worth.
um, anyways, well, I'm happy that you're back with the group.
As am I. At this point, kind of Lorius, finally stopping admiring, everything around him, kind of walks up and says, "Oh, there you all are. It's been quite some time. Well, not really. It's been a day, but it feels like a lot. It's the first time I've been in such a place like this." He kind of looks around and seems to land his eyes on one of the like the displays of artistic displays of Pythor's past battles. He looks over and says, "Some of these pieces of art are really well made. I tried to see if the artist was still around, but nobody could tell me. Um, Even so, I enjoyed my time here."
Oh, well, you're more than welcome to continue staying here.
Oh, I can't possibly overstay my welcome here. I have to eventually go back to my people, I think. Um, Unless, you all want me to stick around.
One of us.
Well, I
One
kind of want
of
you to
us.
stick around. Yeah,
Yeah, I think it
exactly.
would be an interesting experience.
Oh, well, I can certainly try. I kind of looks at you guys and says, though of course, don't expect too much from me. The combat is really scary to me.
That is fine.
I'll,
Speaking of combat, like, what is your specialty if we were to get into combat?
I can play my panpipes. Uh, They carry some magic with them. But then again, most of us satyrs tend to carry that type of innate magic. I mean, your friend over there should know. Kind of looks over at Derek.
Oh,
What's up?
So he makes the
Oh.
battle music. Sick.
Look,
Uh,
look,
Sandra
guys.
kind of cringes just a little bit because like she feels like Derek hasn't really contributed in battle besides inspiring people, but she just brushes it off.
Either way, combat or no, having you outside of that large forest and learning things about the outside world is good for everybody. It may even be able to help improve the relations between the mortals and the Fae.
Ooh, that is a good point, Mateus. That's really, really I like that.
Well,
Mateo. Sorry, I keep calling you by your real name.
I was really meant to be more of a ambassador between, Fae, not to the other mortal races. That sounds a little bit too tough for me, but I can suppose I can uh, give my word to the other Fae if we meet any along the way.
Whatever happens, happens.
And since you're going to be writing the story through your own eyes, maybe, hopefully, one day we would be able to have open communications with the Fae.
Well, one can only hope, right?
It sounds like a good step for the future. Then you guys wouldn't have to be confined to your forest.
A little bit, you're really laying the responsibility on me. Uh, I mean, I can try.
Just do your best.
All right.
Sorry. Quick question: were we talking about Kyra having an instrument or no? Because I got confused from there.
Lorius has panpipes. Kyra technically does have an instrument, but she doesn't really use it too much. As far as,
Trio,
as far as you
make a
can
band.
tell, she prepares to be, writing down stuff rather than actually using her instruments.
Got it, so we can have a trio of band.
Well, she can't
Got it.
directly help us anyway. So
Sing
fine.
music as well.
All right.
Well, let's go, guys.
Okay, and now, you guys will depart the city of Estoria as I move you to the Heartlands map. Now, as you guys depart the city of Estoria, uh,
Get my shit.
well, first of all, let me get rid of a couple of tokens on the map because they are not meant to be there no more. Goodbye, Pericles. Goodbye, Kyra. You guys will begin going out the northern side of Estoria to kind of follow a pathway that leads up to the mountainside towards the Necropolis of Telamok. You guys begin traveling alongside one of the Archelon River, which is the river that kind of runs most across the Heartlands. You make it like a couple of miles out of Astoria, around 10 or so, halfway there to the necropolis. As you're around halfway there, you notice. Well, what is everyone's passive perception?
Passive perception.
Uh,
Mine's a 12.
Mine is also 12.
That's 14.
Okay. Well, it seems everybody sees this. Kind of hard to miss. As you guys are walking around and you're 10 miles or so out of the city, suddenly the weather shifts. There is a dark cloud that begins rolling in the dark clouds above you as they begin to temporarily block out the sun. You see thunder and lightning. Suddenly there's a flash. There's a flash of silvery brightness in the clouds that you believe to at first also be lightning, except it doesn't move like it. As the cloud partially parts, giving way to the figure that is moving alongside within the cloud, you see it. A magnificent silver dragon comes in from the clouds. You believe you've seen this dragon before. Or,
Uh-oh.
God, this is this one dude's dragon.
or at least you think you saw it before. The dragon itself is not alone,
Uh-oh.
as you see on top of it a familiar figure in a blue cloak seems
Oh
to
no.
be just above, riding on the back of this dragon. Commander Gaius seems to be looking down on you guys. And he shouts, his voice booming, even as the thunder of the clouds is above, is around him. He says, I told you, next time we meet, we will not be so amicable. I'm here to tell you to give up your quest and prostrate yourselves before the power of Sidon. And then, as he says this, the following words sound a little bit different. His voice changes abruptly, far deeper, becoming far more inhuman. You, much like how when Versi gave her prophecy and her eyes kind of went white and her voice became like a reverb. Similar situation here, but with Gaius. As what he says following it goes kind of like this. You meddle with forces beyond your comprehension. The clouds suddenly engulf both Gaius and the dragon, and a slight rain begins pouring down.
Opo jugando.
See as another piece, as another crackling lightning tears across the sky, and there's a reverb on the ground, like as it's trembling almost. But then you quickly realize the ground isn't trembling. You look up towards the, or rather down towards the horizon. You see a band of charging centaurs coming at you. I'm gonna have you guys place yourselves down on this next map.
Oh no.
You guys are coming in from the southern part around here. Place yourselves here around this area as you see fit. Hopefully Fredboat will cooperate with me and not play some random shit when I try to play the battle music. Alright, so. Let me just make sure I have the correct number here.
Trubisky, where are you, Trubisky?
So is everybody down on the map?
Except Juno, but I'm messaging him to see if he had a AFK
No,
or
I'm here.
something.
I'm here. Sorry, I was dealing with some battery issues on my laptop.
Yeah, mortal. Calm down, bro.
Zoe!
I dare you.
I do have it solved though, so I'll be able to put myself down in just a second.
Oh my god, guys. They're so big.
Yeah, they're pretty big.
I could take him. I already fought one before. Let's go.
You're literally 1/5 of their size.
1/4.
I could take him.
They're centaurs.
I just need to break their kneecaps. And then we're good.
Okay, so as the centaurs come charging in, and you guys realize things are about to get bad, Kyra kind of looks over and says, "Well, I'm glad I came along here. I'm gonna need everybody to roll initiative as I play. I forgot to place down Kyra and Lorius, but roll initiative, y'all."
Had number 6.
Nice initiative, Matthias.
We'll see.
Okay, so. Okay, in that case, now that everybody is enrolled, I'm gonna roll the initiative for the centaurs.
There are a lot of them.
Hold on. They're actually supposed to be a couple of steps further back, because pow over there. There we go. Yeah, that seems accurate. So let's start us out.
Did you roll for Loris?
Oh shit, Lorius and Kyra.
And Kyra's not there either. Not that she could fight.
All right, there we go. Reorder the order. Kyra will not do anything. She will just get ready to write some crazy shit. She will say, uh, "Don't let your spirits down. This is a trial. The forces of the Titans against all of you. Make sure to perform some deeds that will be exalted for time to come." And she pulls out her piece of parchment, quill, and gets ready to write something. She moves over to the side. Metius.
All right, I am going to pull a pinch of powdered iron from my component pouch and throw it into the air. Say some magic words and cast Enlarge on Drakgar.
Hell yeah. Let's go.
Right, Drakgar, you become large.
My.
Oh yeah.
While under the effects of the spell, you can deal an additional 1d4 damage on the enemies. Yeah, on your attacks that use strength. That's what I mean.
Oh hell yeah.
Anything else, Metius?
That will be it.
Drakgar, it is your turn.
I can only prep one action at a time, right?
Correct.
So like if I okay, I can't do a prep a bonus action too, right? Just the action.
No, you can only prep an action.
Okay. So for my bonus action, I'm gonna rage, and then I'm gonna hold my javelin for if someone gets in range, which is right here, somewhere like around here. I'm gonna hold
Okay.
my javelin.
In that case, Centaur will charge forward. Here we go. Getting to like around here, which I believe will trigger your javelin. Well, one space below.
Yeah.
Roll me your javelin attack.
All right.
Just trying to check the movement. That's 25. 24 hits. Were you raging?
Yeah, I was raging.
Okay.
I raged and then prepped my action and then my turn
Uh,
or whatever.
okay. In that case, you hit for 10 points of damage against the centaur. Continuing with the centaur's turn.
Does the javelin get the D4 bonus from enlarge?
With this, while this weapon targets weapon grow to match size with this new weapon on large characters. Yes. Go ahead and roll me the extra D4.
Oh hell yeah! I wasn't sure if it did.
So 12 points of damage total. Kind of taking the javelin on to the side. The centaur continues its charge towards you, Drakgar, moving the last bit of movement directly to meet you head on. It is then going to use its multi-attack on you. First, with a pike and one with his hooves. So here we go. Pike.
That would hit.
Oh, it is not rolling damage for some reason.
No damage.
Oh, sick. No damage. Let's go. Woo!
No damage. No damage.
What is it? Why is it not rolling damage? Okay, well, let me use it. There we go. 13 half to 6. And then the hooves. 21 hits as well. Let's see if the damage rolls. Nope, it does not. Roll 20.
Oh, no damage.
Roll 20 is currently being a little bit weird with this attack macros, but we'll see what's happening here. So 9 half to 4. So kind of running charging at you, this centaur. You kind of toss a javelin, kind of hits him on the side, but their charge is uninterrupted as they go in and strike you dead on with the pike and kind of stomp on your legs with their hoofs.
Ouch, that hurt. Just kidding.
That is it for the centaur. Juno.
All right, let's see. I am going to just run up and unarmed strike the guy that's stomping Drakgar.
All right.
Actually, the first shot's going to be... Oh, yeah, they're both going to be unarmed. Yeah, wait, sorry, I haven't done this in a little bit. So I do one staff attack, and then I can do one unarmed strike following it up.
Yes, you can.
Yeah, okay, so I'll do one shot with my quarterstaff.
All right, 16 will hit.
Perfect. And then follow that up with an unarmed strike. And that does not require a key point, I'm pretty sure.
No, it does not.
But doing okay, yeah.
Okay, so for 7, 5 points of damage. So both of them hit for a total of 12 points of damage on the centaur. This one is looking roughed up already.
Let's go.
Nice.
Anything else?
Nope, I think that will do it.
Okay. Next centaur. Will move up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4, 5, 50 feet forward. Can't reach you guys in this same turn, meaning that it will just stay right there. Yeah, you can't reach you guys. He's going to take the dodge action for now. Lorius is going to look at you guys and just kind of be like a little bit not quite sure what to do here. He says, okay, I suppose I can help out. Kind of pulls out his panpipes and begins to play a little bit of a melody there. Panpipes. He's choosing a frightening strain. It will attempt to frighten the centaur that is coming up on you guys, meaning that guy has to make a wisdom saving throw or be frightened. Fails. That guy is
Scared.
now frightened.
Scared.
I look back at Lorius and say, "Nice one."
He kind
I
of
do that.
nods and then he's gonna run off to the side.
Just choose not to.
That is it for Lorius. Porunga.
I'm gonna twin spell Firebolt. The first one is gonna go to the guy in front of Drak, and then the second one is gonna go to the frightened guy.
Okay, so go ahead, take your shots.
Oh.
That one's not gonna hit. 12. 12
No,
just hits.
Nice.
let's go with the 8 damage.
8 points of damage on the guy at the back. Anything else, Porunga?
No, I'm gonna end my turn right here.
Next centaur is going to let's see. Well, just begin to rush forward. This guy over here. Oh, I missed him on the map. He's this guy at the back. There we go. He is going to move for the 50 feet over there. He is gonna pull out a bow. Attempt to shoot you guys from afar. With his longbow. He's putting one on. Let's see. He's gonna put one on Porunga and one on Metius. So Porunga missing. Metius, the 17 hit.
I'm going to use a first level spell to cast Shield.
All right. So
Plus 5 bonus to my AC. And my AC is 14, so it should be 19.
19.
No, sorry. My AC is not 14. My AC is 12. So it'll be 17. Oh, that wouldn't save it, would it?
Correct. If it meets the number of your AC, it still hits.
Okay.
So sadly you will not be able to block this one. That's fine. There's 3 points of piercing damage.
All right.
Uh,
And I need to roll a concentration check.
Yes, correct.
How do I do that?
It is a Constitution saving throw. The number you're trying to get is 10.
Okay.
You make
Let's
it.
go.
You're still concentrating on enlarge.
And
That's
that was-
it for this centaur. This other centaur, let's see, is going to move up and begin to from up in the ridge. You see as this centaur begins to kind of reposition themselves, kind of gain an angle over here in this ridge, or slight incline at the very least. It is going to use its own longbow to shoot. One at Juno, one at Drakgar. Oh, that one's a Juno. That is a
That one.
natural 20.
No, hang on. Sorry, I'm working with some Discord stuff. 1 second.
That hit.
Are you? That one's a Juno. Are you trying to use your reaction to do the deflect missiles?
Give me just a second. If someone else could take my turn this turn, that would be great. I just have to.
Yeah. He'll use deflect missile.
Okay. In that case, could you put the deflect missiles on the chat real quick?
All right. Can you just
Uh,
do it now?
Just give me 2 seconds to open his character sheet.
We can hear you now. Hold on. There's deflect missiles. All right. So roll me a D10 plus your dex plus your monk level.
Okay. Let's see.
If Mitch is back in his computer, Mitch, you can.
I just loaded back in, so I can do it. So
Okay.
D10 plus, what'd you say, sorry?
D10 plus your dex plus your level.
Okay, so Dex, sorry about this, guys. 4 Dex, level 4, so that's 8, plus this D10. That was a D8, sorry, plus this D10. The D10 was 3. So 12.
So hold on. You were. So D10 is 3 plus your monk level. So 9 actually.
My monk level, or my level is 4.
Yes.
Oh, but I'm multi-class.
Oh.
Am I multi-class? Sorry, I didn't level up myself.
No, you are not. You're still level 4.
And then my dexterity is 4, so that should be 12, I believe.
11? 8, 9, 10, 11?
My bad. I'm an idiot. I was using your proficiency bonus instead of your dex. I am really sorry. Sorry about that.
11. You are right, though. 11. I'm doing math wrong.
I apologize. I was using your proficiency for some bonus. So,
the time zone changed. Everybody's tired. It's fine.
True.
Normal to me. We're talking about.
So, you roll an 11. That's a 12. You managed to block the arrow with only a small scratch in your hand.
Don't have a chance to throw it back, or is that what's? I can read about it real
Only
quick.
if you reduce
It-
you reduce damage to 0.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Apologies for that, y'all. So with minimal damage, you still take 1 point of damage, but you manage to deflect the arrow as it kind of flies to you. Now the arrow that goes over to Drakgar.
That hits.
For 5, reduced to 2 points of piercing. That is it for this centaur as it kind of takes 2. Kind of just one arrow case deflected by Juno. The other one just kind of hits you in the shoulder, Drakgar. That is it for the centaur. This other centaur is going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 30, 40, 50. Over here, my bad. Sorry, I'm a professional, y'all. It's gonna move over here and go over and attack Drakgar. So, Pike. Maybe it's
That would be a hit.
fucking reduced to 7.
Jesus Christ.
Reduced to 7 points as you're raging. And that's a natural 20 on the hooves.
Fuck me, dude.
16 reduced to 8. Uh,
I don't die, man. Come on. What are you doing, Drago?
I can take it. Bring it on.
Did you even hit anybody with anything?
I
that's
did.
it for the centaur as kind of moving up to the side of its ally, just kind of comes in with a spike strike directly to your gut. That through your stone-like Goliath skin managed to barely prevent it from piercing anything vital. The hooves kind of hit you over on the side of the leg, trying to break your knee to knock you to the ground. But you managed to stand strong. That's it for the centaur. Derek.
Okay. For
Oh, frick. I forgot.
Okay.
No, too late.
fine, it's fine. It's fine. It's okay. It's okay. You'll be fine. So first I will cast Bardic Inspiration to Drakgar, and by that I
Thank you.
mean I whip out one of my let's say flute, small melody, say, "You got this, huzzah!" Drakgar's like,
Yeah.
"Thanks."
Urgh.
Stomach still hurts. It's like he moved it.
So what are you?
And then after,
So is that a bardic inspiration?
oh, you can. And for my action, since where's it? My spells, I will healing ward on him.
Healing word's a bonus action.
As so
Yeah.
I can't 2 bonus actions.
I will allow 2 bonus actions to be used. One for healing word, one for bardic inspiration. But I'll say that will take up both of your your action and bonus action theoretically.
Fine. Well, cast level 1 still. 4. He gets 4 HP. You got that.
Damn,
What
that
do you
was
get from me, guy?
minimum roll.
Look, it's all he gets. He hasn't done. I don't think he's done anything yet. Feeling like it.
All right. Anything else, Derek?
I'm gonna set myself up. I'm gonna hide behind this rock. Now I'll end my turn.
Okay. So that is it for Derek. Last centaur still moving up on the ridge, providing support to his allies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 40. Oh, hold on. It was not properly aligned on the grid. There we go. 10, 20, 40, 50, right here. It will move over, take 2 shots, one at Porunga, one at, I'm gonna roll a 1d2 here, one at Lorius.
Oh.
So here we go. Longbow, Porunga, 15 hit.
I'm gonna use a shield.
What does that bring your AC up to?
15.
It would still hit.
Never mind.
Okay.
Yeah. Remember, if the attack roll, one second, if the attack roll matches your AC, the attack still hits. So yeah, meets it, beats it. So that's 9 points of piercing on Porunga. I don't believe you were concentrating anything. Then the centaur's putting 1 on Lorius. Kinda looks over the ridge. So far, the centaurs haven't said a word, really. They've been attacking with like this stoic, sort of like silent treatment as they survive blow after blow and exchanging attacks with you guys. But this is the first time you actually hear the one of the centaurs say something that is directed at Lorius. Looks at him up and down, and you just kind of, I say, more so you hear a scoff from the centaur. Just takes a narrow shot at him. 22 definitely hits Lorius. For 9 points of piercing damage. Kind of gets hit on the side. The centaur knocks another arrow, getting ready for the next strike. Examine, it is your turn.
Damn. Everyone's so far away from me, and all of my touch spells. I will walk up behind my brother. 5, 10, 15. I will touch him, and when I do, he shivers for a split second, and I will cast Heroism on him.
You gotta remind me what that one. That's a 5 HP permanent, right? Or no, 10 HP.
Heroism is the one where at the start of each of my turns you gain 5 temporary HP.
Okay, thank you.
So you
Thanks,
get your
sis.
5 temporary HP. Bonus action. I will take out a little piece of gauze and wrap it around one of his and use a healer's kit.
Can you do this as a bonus action?
I think there's a bonus action. I'm trying to find it.
As an action.
Action, never mind.
Oh, unlucky.
Next time.
I will. What do I
You
have?
should get back.
Oh, don't worry, I will. You and Juno just walked so far ahead, and most of my spells were touch. We're just gonna back up now.
Okay.
20, 25, 30.
All right. Round counter reaches 1, and I have to keep track of something on the background. Okay.
Oh no.
Kyra will just say, "Keep fighting. You can do it." She can't act directly against the Force of the Titans, but she can still do something to help you guys out in battle. That isn't directly damaging to the, or isn't directly damaging or detrimental to the centaurs. She will do a song of heroism. All of you guys get 1 free reroll until the start of until the end of her next turn.
Sweet.
You hear Kyra vocalize this beautiful melody. Kind of goes almost like the if anybody's played Dragon Age, like the Dawn Will Come like song. Goes like that. And you guys feel increased, in power. That is it for Kyra Metius.
All right, I will at 2nd level cast Magic Missile
Okay.
at the how am I pinging this? Can I ping it? The centaur that is beside the centaur that's in front of Drax.
Okay.
Or
Yeah.
Drac.
So this guy over here.
Yes.
So 11 points of damage.
All right. 11 points of damage.
As 4 magic missiles shoot out at the centaur over there next to Drakgar. Kind of seems to bear the brunt of it, but it does look like it dealt significant damage to him.
Good, and I will be forced to end my turn.
Okay, Drakgar.
Obviously, he's pissed from getting beat up so much. I'm gonna smack the centaur right in front of me and say, "Die!" recklessly. I meant to say that at the same time, but
23. Well, Reckless will make that at 23 for hits for 16 points of damage. This guy is on
Plus
it.
a
And then do I get
plus a
D4, right?
Plus a D4.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Fuck.
Damn.
Bruh.
You
it was
were,
fine.
Cringe.
you were really
What a
close.
waste.
You were really close. This one is on its last legs.
I'm gonna get
Waste.
KS. Feels bad.
Waste, man. What a waste.
Anything else, Drakgar?
Can you reroll that D4 with the song of whatever?
Oh,
Maybe that's a waste of time.
does that count with it?
Song of
Or is it?
Ooh, you could, yeah, no, you can take a reroll. Yeah, you can reroll it.
Roll one dice roll of their choice.
Oh,
Do it.
so it can't count for it. Fuck it, let's do it.
It can be weapon damage die, attack roll, saving throw, anything really. I would more or less suggest. Well, I was gonna say I would
Oh,
suggest.
too late.
I would suggest
Play-
re-rolling
play-
the. I would suggest re-rolling the D12 of the Great Axe, but sure.
Oh yeah. Good,
So
whatever.
it's an additional 3 points of damage, which guess what? Still not enough to put.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
Anything else, Drakgar?
So sad.
Yeah. That's it. I should have done the D12, but oh well, it's too late.
The centaur, bloodied on his last legs, kind of turns to look at their companions, and you see as the other centaurs, in a language that perhaps some of you may not understand, begin to speak to the other one, with like this very stern, determined tone in their voice. The centaur kind of turns over and, sort of reasserting his position, will attack you, Drakgar. One of Drakgar, one of Juno, who also attacked them earlier. So
Shit.
Cool.
first the pike, Drakgar. 17.
That hits.
Pow for 4 points piercing damage.
Does not break my
Heal.
temporary hit points.
And
Pog.
the hoof at Juno. 18. I believe that hits.
Yeah.
Pow. 12.
Let me double check, but I'm almost certain that hits. Armor class 17.
Okay, yes. So that's 12 points of bludgeoning damage on Juno. Sort of, while it reels back like its horse-like body to kind of drop the hoofs down on Juno's legs, at the same time that it drops down, kind of uses that momentum to stab the pike into Drakgar. Juno, it is your turn.
I am going to do the same thing I did last time, except, well, I guess let's just start with the attacks. So I'm going to do Quarterstaff Strike.
All right.
That should hit, I believe, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I was gonna say you don't need to roll damage because we only had one hit point left.
Of course, I get KS.
Oh, sweet.
How
Yes,
do you
guys.
take care of this centaur?
I would like to, let's see. I would like to, because I'm imagining they're way bigger than me, so I'm just swinging at their ankles, right? So I would like to have like done some cool like run, climb up his body, and then do like a quarterstaff strike to like the head or neck region. But
Yeah.
if that's possible, then
Yeah, so I mean, for sake of style, everything is possible. Within reason. Anyway, so as you kind of like jump up and go up on the horse, lower body of the creature, kind of tries to knock you off by moving, like you would imagine, but you take the opportunity to make one single a certain strike to the back of their neck with the quarterstaff, and you hear a crack, and then the centaur's like hopper humanoid, the body kind of goes limp, and soon enough the rest of the body follows suit as you fall, kind of roll with the fall off the centaur back to your feet.
sweet. I still have some stuff, so I'm gonna run up and do it. I can still use my
Section honor strike, yes.
Yes, I'm gonna do the unarmed strike, and then I'm gonna use a key point on the unarmed strike to hand of harm to add some necrotic damage to it.
Okay,
So unarmed strike, which
hits.
6, and then so martial arts die plus wisdom modifier. Do you know where my martial arts die is?
Martial arts I believe at this level is a D4, I think. Let me double check that. Monk level 4. Martial arts die. Yes, there's a D4. So it'll be a D4 plus your wisdom, which is
3, so that's 5.
So 5 additional points of necrotic damage on top of the initial 6 for a total of 11 points of damage on this other centaur. He's looking bloodied already as you come in with a flying kick. Your strike carrying with itself a withering energy that seems to kind of seep into the skin of the centaur.
Sweet.
Anything else?
Nope, that's gonna do it.
Okay. Centaur is currently frightened and can't willingly move closer to Lorius, meaning he can't willingly move closer to any of you. The creature is frightened for 1 minute. I guess it can't do anything else other than just because he doesn't have any ranged weapons. Meaning that he just ends his turn there. Has to make the wisdom save again. It's gonna come out in the chat any moment now. Fails, still frightened. Lorius is going to well, doesn't like being hit with the arrow too good. He is going to move over to the other side. Wait, hold on. Are you hiding behind Lorius, Alexander? Is that
No, I just moved as far away as possible from the people on the map.
He's gonna take some cover behind the edge of the cliff where the or the incline where the other centaurs are at to avoid being in their line of fire. Other than that, let me double check. Affected.
Because I was gonna heal him, but that's cool.
Okay. We'll use another panpipe effect. This time around. Well, let's make it another frightening effect. This time around at this guy over here. So that guy has to make a wisdom save. Fails. It is now also frightened from Lorius. He kind of looks at you guys as he managed to have frightened 2 of them, and just kind of makes like a little thumbs up as he looks at you guys. That is it for Lorius. Porunga.
I'm gonna also run over to the cliff.
Okay.
And I will twin firebolt. The first one being the one next to Juno, and then the one just above Juno for the second one.
Okay, go ahead. Okay, so the first one, who do you say was targeted at? That guy. That one hits for 6 points of damage. Sadly, the 11 will miss the second one.
Alright, I'm just gonna end my turn right here.
Alright. Centaur. Frightened, but this one does have means of range attack. At disadvantage because the source of its fear is within line of sight, is going to attempt to take 2 shots. One at Porunga, who just shot at him, and one at Juno, who just took down one of his allies. So first one at Porunga, disadvantage. 18. I believe that still hits with disadvantage.
Yeah.
Ignore the 7. That's just 5 points of damage. And then at Juno, 14.
That's gonna miss.
So the second one kind of flies wide as you manage to
You
just kind of dodge it swiftly. At the end of his turn, he can repeat a saving throw to get out of frighten. Makes it. He is no longer frightened, and he is immune to that effect for the next 24 hours, if he lives that long. Next Centaur. He's going to take 2 shots with the longbow, 1 at Metius, 1 at Exandri. So first Metius, missing. Exandri, missing.
lucky.
2 arrow shots back to back, they both fly into the river. This Centaur. God damn it. This Centaur will just move a little bit off to the side. It will take... Actually, no, it doesn't need to move. It can just stay right there. We'll take 1 pike at Drakgar, 1 at Juno. Yeah, it's 6 points of damage on Drakgar. And Juno gets
Oh.
Are
natural...
you gonna use Stone's Endurance to?
Oh, you mother.
Stone's Endurance to lessen the damage. It's only 6
Yes.
points of damage. So go ahead and roll your Stone's Endurance.
Oh shit!
2. At 2.
That is
So that's 11 plus your con. I mean, it doesn't matter. You
yeah.
lessen all damage. However, let's see if Juno is that lucky. Fuck.
21 damage.
21 points of damage on Juno.
Oh, you fucking dying
Can
for that
I?
keyboard.
Isn't there something I could do with my key points to like half that?
I
I think I need to do it before I get hit.
I know fucking deflect missiles, but like that's only against range attacks. Do you have something as part of a mercy monk?
Patient defense. You can spend 1 key point to take the dodge action as a bonus action on your turn. No.
That needs to be done in your turn.
Dang, you should have done it earlier.
Oh, fellas, I'm fucked.
That's on you for game.
21 points of bludgeoning damage as the
Alright.
just hits you. Like he basically does the like the horse thing of turning around and just come with the hind legs, just hits you straight in the chest. You feel a crack. You believe you may have broken a couple of ribs with that hit.
Yeah, that one hurt.
Ice horsepower get destroyed.
That is it for the Centaur. Derek.
Okay, let's see. Let's see. I'll move my character. Where is it? Click. There you go. Here, that's 15.
Okay.
And let me double check my range. 25. 25. 30. I'll cast Bane on these 3.
Could you? So this guy, and
Titan and the centaur by the tree.
Okay, so this 3.
Whoa. There you go.
So they all have to make a charisma saving throw. They are not good at these, so let's see. 1, 2, 3.
Come on, let's go. Let's go.
What is your spell save DC?
So at 13.
Meaning that one in the middle does make it. But
I said if it beats it, whatever you guys said earlier.
yeah, beats it. So this 3 are. I just realized I had a turn order on the wrong side of the screen on the other one. So this guy is currently. These 2 are currently under the effects of Bane. That is your action. Any bonus actions?
We'll cast Bardic Inspiration on Drakgar.
Okay. Hold on.
And
Drakgar, have you used your previous Bardic Inspiration?
No, I'm not. Not yet.
Did use it for the reroll of 4.
Well.
No, I used a different one. I should have used that instead, but I messed up.
God damn it!
But only a creature can only benefit from 1 Bardic Inspiration at a time. You can't stack them on a single creature.
Okay, then cancel that. I'll cast Healing Word on Juno.
Okay.
Okay, let me
Wait,
go
no,
and
you
click that.
can't do that because you already casted a level spell as your action.
And
Oh,
then,
your Bane.
Yeah.
that was Bane. What can I do?
You can still technically do Bardic Inspiration, just not on Drakgar.
And then I can't use it on Juno. Okay, never mind. I'll use it on Juno then.
Okay, so you bardically inspire Juno.
And by that, I play a melody that inspires him to be a Giga Chad.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
It's the Giga Chad song. If you see the meme, you hear me play that. You put your heel a beat. They'll be like, "Oh, we got this. Let's go."
I just got my ass rocked, so I'm like, I don't know if I'm hallucinating or.
And you look at
But
Dragonlord, and
I've
it looks
got the inspiration.
look at Dragonlord, and it looks exactly like Giga Chad for some reason.
That
Okay.
is it for you, Derek. I'll take that as a yes.
Yeah.
So this other centaur doesn't have a clear line of sight of those of you who are the closest to the cliff, meaning that it will have to move a little bit forward and take 2 shots, one at one at Metius and one at Exandri. So Metius missing, Exandri missing. Exandri, it is your turn.
All right. Seeing that this is going poorly, and she's just like, she's not like annoyed at our group. She's just annoyed at like how this is happening, how she didn't get to get off any of her buffs before the fight. So she's going to move to here, which is 20 movement feet. And as she's walking up to here, she's weaving her hands around this little incense jar in her hand as it starts to pour out this really delicious smelling smoke. And she's going to use her channel divinity to cast Balm of Peace. And she's going to heal on her first stop here. She will heal Drak and Porunga.
Okay.
2d6 plus 3, I think is my wisdom modifier. I took. Yep. So this one is to Drak. This one is
Thank
to
you again.
Porunga. And then she's going to put herself in line of fire because she has to. And she'll move here. Oh, wait. She'll move here. I think he's still 5 feet away from here.
No. Let me move the token of the centaur to the back so that you're on top of it. There we go.
Okay. And then I will do it to Juno as well. So Juno gets 7. Damn, everybody just gets 7. And then she will bonus action healing word level 2 Juno.
Thank you. How much is that?
Which is 4, 5, 6, an extra 7. So you gained 14 in total, and then Porunga and Drak got 7.
I gained 14?
Yeah.
Nice.
And that is her turn.
Round counter reaches.
You ruined my dress. You're buying me a new one. She says that directly at for being so far away.
As the
Wait, how much was that? 14 you said?
yes, 14.
Yeah.
14 plus
Okay.
14. As the round counter reaches 2, you guys see as the clouds above you again darkened, begin to crackle once again with thunderous sound. The centaurs all kind of look up, like almost at the same time, at the clouds, as if they're hearing something that you guys are not. Soon enough, they kind of look at each other and they exchange like this expression with themselves. Through body language, you can probably interpret it that they seem to be about to do something. But you don't notice any form of aggression in their expression, strangely enough. One of them does look over at the fallen centaur, but then you kind of shakes their head. They seem to be preparing to retreat for the time being. However, we're still in combat. Kyra will look over and say, okay, one more time. Continue fighting on. Another song of heroism for everybody.
Thank you.
Metius.
I will move to the cliffside, mimicking everybody else's taking of cover. And then I will cast on this centaur, that one.
Yeah, the frightened one.
Yeah, the frightened one. I will cast magic missile at first level.
Okay.
12.
12 points of damage on this one. Crazy how the first level magic missile dealt more damage than the fourth level, the second level one.
What a nightmare.
So, you fire the 3 bolts of energy at this guy, kind of pierce through like this line through his arm. He's looking bloodied.
And as I release the spell, I think I'll just say like a tiny, really quick prayer to Valus, and end my turn.
All right. Centaur is dead. Drakgar.
Okay, I got a terrain question real quick.
Okay.
Is this not what I meant? Is this like off the edge, like or?
Yes, this leads into a river.
And then is the river like steep, or is it like?
I mean, like the drop is a little bit over 10 feet or so.
So it's like a decent drop.
You're not sure how deep the river is on this segment of the land, but you, at the very least, you believe that it might be a bit deep. The current is moving at a certain speed that could potentially carry smaller creatures down the current if they're not careful.
Okay, and then I'm about the same size as the centaur, right?
Yes.
With my large. Okay, I'm gonna attempt to shove the centaur to the here or
shoving will only move him 5 feet.
Oh, so that wouldn't be in the.
You could attempt to grapple him and then move with him.
Yeah. That's kind of what I was trying to do, but yeah, I'll attempt to grapple him. Strength, right?
Yes.
Or is it or...
Yes, it is athletics.
Athletics. Yoink.
On.
Can I use?
Do you want to use your reroll for this, or your?
I think you have
You have a reroll and a bardic inspiration that you haven't used.
I was gonna use bardic inspiration.
Okay. Roll me your bardic inspiration.
My brain's fried. I forgot what.
Actually, hold on. I will say you will not be able to reach the number even with bardic inspiration.
Does athletics count as a strength check, or is it just athletics?
It is a strength check.
Because he has advantage on strength checks.
Yeah, advantage means we take the highest of the 2 rolls. But in this case is a 17, which we were already taken anyway.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, right. I keep forgetting this thing.
I'll use my heroism to do that athletics check again.
Okay, go ahead. Sad day. You are unable to move the centaur. Try as you may. For clarification, Roll20 by default always rolls 2 dice. We will, unless stated otherwise, we're using the one on the left.
Okay.
Dad, I'm gonna cry and end my turn.
Dang.
Okay, Juno.
I'm feeling a lot better after those heals, so I don't think I'm going to run away from anything. I am going to do the standard quarterstaff unarmed strike combination for maximum damage. Quarter strike. Oh, that was pretty good.
Fuck.
And then unarmed.
Hits us again.
And then I am going to use a key point to unarmed strike again.
Right, so flurry of blows. Go ahead.
Fury of blows.
That's a natural 20, so that crits for. How do you want to get rid of this centaur?
Yeah.
Hey, let's go.
The same thing as last time, except I'm going to do like the run up their body with my quarterstaff, and then after the quarterstaff strike, I'm going to, while still in the air, somehow do like a flip around and hit him with both of my legs. So I'm just doing a tornado move where I just swing wildly
You can
and hit him with every appendage that's flailing out.
so kind of using the quarterstaff, you strike at it, kind of knock him in the jaw, which kind of makes him tumble a little bit. Planting the quarterstaff on the ground, you kind of use it as a leverage
Yeah.
to lift your legs up, Cleric style, and you just do kicks to basically make his head spin. You actually see his head kind of like turn almost 180 degrees as you hear a crack. And the centaur just tumbles down to the ground.
I like it.
Anything else you know?
No, that's gonna do it.
Lorius is going to go ahead and try to use his span pipes again. Who hasn't been affected by this? One of the ones on the cliff, so he actually has to move to look at it. And panpipes. He's going for a lullaby to attempt to put him to sleep. They make it. Lord's panpipes seem to be losing their magic. He looks dejected, so he walks back to the cliff. The centaur kind of looks over at the other ones, and in a language that you probably don't understand, he seems to make a command at everybody. Soon enough, you see the centaur begin to move and rush off 50 feet, dashes for an additional 50 for a total of 100 feet away. Almost out of here completely. Porunga.
We're gonna cast a firebolt on this guy right here.
I'm just curious, are they speaking Sylvan?
Yes, they are speaking Sylvan. Any of you speak Sylvan?
Half of our party speaks Sylvan.
Oh shit. So you guys would have been hearing what they're
I
saying.
don't.
Those of you who speak Sylvan.
I do, and Derek does for sure.
Those of you,
And I
Quick
think there's
question.
one other person who speaks Sylvan.
those of you who speak Sylvan would have been hearing them just speak very minor commands at each other over the course of the fight. Like, attack that one, go for that one, go for that one. Minor commands like that. However, when the clouds roar above them and you hear them you saw them kind of look up, the command that followed out of one of the centaurs here was, "My brethren, it's time to retreat." Another one ask, "What about the dead?" And the first one will say, "Leave them." So that firebolt, who was it directed at? Porunga? That one over there takes 3 points of fire damage. Anything else?
And my turn.
All right. This other centaur will begin to retreat with his brethren. 50. Then an additional 50. To get around there. Followed closely behind by this centaur, who will also retreat for 50 dash, additional 50 over there. Last centaur is dead. And last centaur will begin his retreat as well. So 80, and then an additional 20 feet, 100. I will ask for the purposes of the initiative incumbent. Are you guys bothering pursuing?
No.
Right.
No.
With that, the centaurs, leaving their falling behind, go off into the distance, retreating back into the horizon. And the clouds soon enough clear away with them. Kyra steps out from the shadows and says, "Well, that was a thing. Uh, that was who I think it was, right? Uh, the commander from the Order of Sidon."
It was.
Yes, Commander Gaius, I believe his name was. The one who we tricked out of our own deaths on the rock.
That certainly does sound like you guys really upsetted him. And, however, this does mean something great. It means they recognize you. Your names are being known. Although, it's dragging a lot of enemies your way, but it's good. The enemy knows who you are. And that itself speaks volumes of your actions. Oh, what exciting tales await now.
It's going to take a lot more to take us down, right, guys?
I was very near dead in that fight.
Nah, you're
I
fine.
almost went down.
You're good.
Metius will
Fine.
use prestidigitation to clear the blood off of Juno and himself.
And then while you guys patch up Juno, I'm gonna go check and see if these centaurs have anything important.
Seeing as we're way past the halfway point of the session, we'll take this opportunity that as you guys wind down from battle, take a quick break, and we'll be back in 5 minutes. Is everybody okay with that?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
good.
Sounds good with me.
All right. We'll be back as I pause the recording for a moment. All right. We are back. So, having defeated the centaurs, with the clouds above you parting, no longer blocking the light of the sun, when in itself, the light of the sun was going down a little bit as you were going away from Estoria. You were halfway towards the necropolis. The rest of the centaurs depart into the horizon, and you're left wondering, what was all of that?
I'm gonna walk up to Loris, and I still have the bandage in my hand because I was originally gonna heal him when I walked over. And I'm gonna be like, Loris, here, let me bandage you up, and then he gets 10, which I think is enough for his HP.
10 points of healing back onto Lorius as you patch him up.
And then I'll do it again to Drak, and then I'll do it again to Juno. But
Thank
you
you.
guys add your hit dice to it, so another. So whatever it is, +4. That one's to Drak. This one's to Juno.
So I get 8.
Oh, I get 6?
You get
Sweet.
12. And then you get 10.
I get 10? Or wait,
You
what?
get 12. and
Okay,
your
thank you.
partner gets 10.
Thank you.
Okay. So as you kind of begin patching up the rest of your team, first of all, Lorius will thank you for, helping him out. Seems a little bit embarrassed that you have to waste, your resources on him, but he accepts the 8 nonetheless.
I would reassure him that he held his own very well in battle and
Lawyer's
kept them at
MVP.
bay, so bandaging him up is a pleasure and well worth it.
He kind of nods along and says, "Well, I mean, I only did what I had to do. I tried to assist. Really, the invigorating magics of Lady Kyra over here were far more impressive than my own." Kind of looks over, and Kyra just kind of shrugs and says, "Well, I mean, I wasn't going to say it, but." And over towards you guys. She kind of does like a double take on Loris and then says, "I'm only joking, of course. You did your best." and looks over at you guys and says, "And so did all of you. An attack directly from those who follow Sidon is not one that many can live to tell the tale. Granted, they seem to have prior engagements, but I'm just gonna chalk this up and write it out as you guys frightening them into leaving.
They ran like bitches.
Maybe not that language, but I'm certainly going to, put this down as your sheer presence being able to make the throats of your enemies run away in fear.
It is a bit curious that they ran away, though, isn't it? I mean, what
Yeah,
would
it seemed like
really?
they were distracted, or they noticed something about the.
Or perhaps they were testing you. Regardless, it seems that slowly but surely you're gaining more recognition amongst the ranks of those who would stand against you. I already said that this means that well, your names and faces are going around. Perhaps this in itself is a blessing in and of its own. Regardless,
Then
oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry.
What
No, nothing.
She will just say, regardless, I think it's better if we do not stick around for too long. Who knows if another one of those groups is going to come by.
While I do agree, do you think we could spare a few minutes? Not even minutes, actually, just a moment burying these bodies.
I agree.
Yeah, they seemed quite concerned for one another. They're clearly thinking and feeling creatures. They're not beasts. I mean, remember we met Full On, and he was quite a joyous centaur. So I would like to show them some respect anyway. And this patch of grass, like this, just above us or just north of us, I guess. Um, would I be able to affect it with mold earth and dig like just even a shallow grave for them?
I'll say, well, not that specific part. There are other pieces of loose dirt, earth, where you can potentially mold, given the enough amount of time, with your magics, so you can somewhat bury the bodies of the centaurs.
And
Mhm.
before we do that, I'm gonna take my spear back from the one I threw, and then I'm also gonna loot the body, see if they have anything important.
Uh, well, I mean, they seem to have not much actually in the way of armor. In fact, they were basically, you know, bare-chested, so to speak. Uh, do, however, carry with them quivers where they keep their arrows. Some of these guys didn't actually have any long-range means of attack. Uh, the This two that still remain don't actually, they only have melee weapons on them. You did know that the others had quivers and longbows, but these ones don't appear to do so. They only have the pikes with them.
Oh, they don't have any arrows, just the quiver.
They only,
Or no, sorry. Yeah.
yeah, they only have the pikes on them.
Okay. All right.
While they're working on burying the centaurs, can I like maybe go around and like try and find some flowers to like put together to put on top of their graves?
Mm, I'll say you can. No real roll needed. Takes a bit while everybody else is, arranging the burial of the centaurs over here, where the most loose earth is. You managed to create a set of shallow, albeit well-made graves for these two fallen warriors.
All right, and then when they're fully done, I just want to put the flowers on top and like a couple stones and like a small little stone period just to try and mark their graves, just in case their centaur friends come back later and want to collect them or whatever.
Excellent idea.
All right. Other than that, the road ahead seems to continue towards your destination. Mind you, even from a distance, you can see the mountains as there's a slight ascent. You see those segments of your view are blocked by various mountainous terrain. You believe that in the distance, in a particularly taller looking mountain, you see like a shadowy spot where you believe the necropolis lies.
Can I
Mhm.
send my bat into like 100 feet up? I think it says I can send it 100 feet away from me.
Okay.
And scout with it.
You may. I'll say that as you guys are moving, you're sending out the bat to scout ahead.
I have a question.
Yes.
I thought you said it took like a day and a half to get here.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying for purposes of setting a scene, so to speak.
Okay.
Uh,
Well, but because we didn't actually take our long rest, I'm just confused if this is the next day or.
This will be the encounter for the day of travel.
Okay.
In the morning, as it were, you will be reaching the necropolis.
Okay.
You guys can get yourselves up a long rest, refresh your resources, your health if you need.
Excellent.
All right. That's why I was curious because I don't know, like, obviously, like refreshment of spells, swapping them out, and some other stuff. I wanted to know if I could spend 2 hours during the night, prepping 2 more holy water vials.
You may. You use up the 50 total worth of 50 gold pieces total worth of powdered silver, and 2 first level spell slots to craft
Yep.
yourself 2 vials of flasks of holy water.
Yep.
Uh, in the night, I guess, while Exandria's doing her thing, if Metius is going to take his little journal out that he's been writing all these things in that he's I guess sort of trying to learn about the world. He's gonna set it down in front of him and sit cross-legged.
Jared?
And he's
How'd the
going
hunt
to
go?
like take a piece of food out from his bag and try to eat it.
You grab one piece of your rations and kind of put it in your mouth and begin chewing. This is strange. He doesn't taste as it should.
Okay.
Do you swallow it?
He's going to attempt to swallow it.
You swallow, I'll say, it's kind of like a piece of jerky. You swallow it, and it feels like a little bit grating as it goes down your throat. Soon enough, after a minute or so of you feeling this uncomfortable sensation, you begin to and you have to excuse yourself from everybody as you take a couple of steps away and just throw up, basically.
Okay.
When he returns, can I
And I
hold
will
like
press just before I come back. I will press digitation myself, so I'm nice and clean.
I love it. That's great.
Yeah.
I totally approve. You have no idea. When he returns, can I hold out my hand and I'll be like, let me hold the necklace through the night so you can at least get a meal in. We can't afford for you to be weak when you're one of our more powerful hitters in Necropolis tomorrow.
I'm not sure if this is necessarily going to make me weak immediately. I'd like to hold on to it for a little while longer.
But
I need to know what happens.
First research.
All right.
It's like day one.
Shall
Feels
Valkyrie return?
Okay.
I appreciate the sentiment, but I appreciate even more for you allowing me to continue to try to understand the workings of this world. Um, it means a lot, and he's going to just leave and keep writing in his notebook.
Little does he know that whole time that he was probably looking at his notebook and writing and talking, she had already walked away
Excellent. I love it.
after being declined for trying to help him so he could get a meal in his belly.
All right. So as you guys will take your break, take your rest, eventually you will wake up in the morning after camping out the side of the road. The necropolis not too far away from you. It is, however, a steep mountain climb. There is a path, of course, but it is one that is clearly not well threaded. After a bit of the climb, it feels as if you enter a completely different world almost. The light grows dimmer, even as it wouldn't quite make sense that it would be that way. The higher you climb, the more a thin but noticeable layer of snow begins to become a bit more prevalent.
Uh-oh.
Soon enough, once you begin to ascend to the cusp of this particular path that you're in on your way to Necropolis, it's as if sound just ceases.
Oh, damn. Damn.
There is a dead silence. You can't hear your footsteps as they press against the snow. You can't hear the rocks that you move away. You can barely hear each other as your breathing accompanies your path through the mountainous terrain. Around the same time that you notice that this strange phenomenon is happening, you come up to this tall point in the mountain path, and you see the moment that you reach at the top. I'm gonna say, well, I'm gonna assume here that in the marching order, Drakgar, you're towards the front, correct?
Yep.
Wait,
Drakgar, you see something that kind of makes you uncomfortable. You see a series of strange rock formations uh, that look almost alien in their make. Uh, you, however, upon closer inspection, this scene that at first was a little bit not quite registering in your head was the sight of dozens of structures, hands almost, seem to be sticking out from the ground. Massive stone arms that seem to be reaching out towards the sky. Motionless, of course, because they seem to be made out of stone. It is, however, catches you a little bit off guard. This is how those arms look like.
Oh,
gosh.
geez. I'll signal to the rest of the guys to stay back, and then I'm gonna try to slowly walk up towards it.
You approach one of the various stone arms. There is no reaction.
No reaction. Okay. And then I'll signal back to him, like be like, it's all right. It looks like, and I'll like wave my hand to have him follow.
I'll catch up with Drac. And if I, well, I guess I probably wouldn't learn anything more than he already did. It's just like sticking out.
This,
Yeah,
yeah,
there's like sort of like stone structures that look like arms
Yeah.
sticking out from the ground. None of them are blocking your path, by the way. They're strewn around seemingly without any purpose or pattern to them.
is it like? Is it still like snowing? Is it like snowing beneath? Is it like snow beneath them, or is it like just?
Snow seems to have fallen on top of them. I mean, they've been here for quite a while.
Okay, but it's not.
Do you know what these are?
Who are you asking?
She asked
Kyra.
Kyra if she knew what they
I
were.
asked my auntie if she knew what these were.
She kind of looks around, seemingly ignoring the auntie comment, and goes and looks at them. Doesn't get too close, mind you. She seems to almost intentionally be giving them a wide berth as she says, "These, I believe, these are the arms of Kentimine, the 100-handed one."
Oh.
Don't worry, it is that Kentimine slumbers still. If these are not moving, that means he hasn't woken up. But I would suggest we don't stay here for long.
They move when he awakens.
Kentimane was said to be the spouse of Tylea, the great Earth Mother, the one goddess who the continent is named after. It is said that after her passing on and the birth of this land, Kentimane went onto a irregular sleep. From time to time he awakes and wreaks havoc on those who try to swim beyond the borders of this map. Well, of the land of Tylea, I should say. Other times he goes back to sleep and remains there for quite some time. I would suggest we don't stick around too much.
As much as I would love to know what these are in further detail, I will definitely take the advice of a goddess over my own curiosities at this particular moment.
I'll still be ahead of the party, but I'm gonna be closer to him, and I'm gonna be as I walk forward, I'm gonna be looking back at the party periodically, making sure they're all right, and I'm gonna proceed forward.
Be
Auntie
following
Kat,
intently.
would you say that he was a good guy or a bad guy? Or just one that upheld his law?
I guess the best way that ancient stories describe Kentimane is like a force of nature. I don't believe he falls under the category of good or bad. He is like a force in and of himself. As you guys travel past the hands, you see ahead of you a pathway. Once again, I will reiterate, quiet. There are no bird calls, no chirping of insects, no sound of animal life. It's like everything's just dead air. And worst of all, it begins to get colder the further you go towards the structure and mountain in the distance. However, as you're walking by a nearby ledge that seems to lead up to a pathway around the mountainside, the sound of silence, as ironic as it may seem, is suddenly ended by a strange song. You kind of turn around and realize the song is not coming from Kyra. It's coming from somewhere else. Soon enough, a little bit less than 100 feet away from you, perched up on a ledge on the other side of a wide chasm. You see two figures that at first look partially humanoid. Seems this song is originated from one of them.
No.
You see what you believe to be harpies on the other side of the chasm. And as they notice you guys come up next to the dangerous ledge, I'm gonna need everybody to make me a wisdom save.
Oh shit.
Damn it! I was gonna ask if this whole time I could be holding my ears closed, but oh well. I was trying to get a drink from the kitchen.
Oh no.
You
A
said a
saving throw,
wisdom?
you said, right?
Wisdom.
Wisdom save.
I'm supposed to be wise. I shouldn't be at 9.
Oh fuck! Let me roll one for Lorius as well.
Let me roll for Pumo.
Yes, the roll for Derek.
I have to roll one for my bat.
I mean that depends. I'll say your bat is far enough away that they probably wouldn't be hearing this.
All right.
Also, they can. Anyway, so Drakgar, Exandri, Porunga, and Loris and Kyra would see as when hearing this sound, there's this song that these harpies are emanating. There's like this weird sort of like shiver that you feel that you kind of very quickly shake off. But as you turn around, you see that Metius, Juno, and Derek kind of are like staring very intently at the harpies on the other side of the gap of the chasm. You see as they begin to walk forward towards the ledge. Anybody doing something to stop this?
I am going to be throwing one of my javelins at him.
It will not reach.
Oh, it's not that far?
Do I happen to know what type of effect might be having them walk forward?
I mean, are you
So wait,
gonna take time thinking of the effect, or are you gonna save your friends?
okay. So is it Metius, Juno, and Derek? I'm gonna try to shake Juno out of his trance.
I hit Derek with a spell.
What spell are you hitting Derek with?
I'm gonna hit Derek with a sacred flame.
Oh my!
I'm trying to snap him out of it. So in my head, I know there are spells that once somebody takes. Oh wait, might have to be damage from the harpies.
Do I need to make a dex check or anything for that, or do I just do it?
What are you trying to do again, Drakgar?
I'm gonna try to like snap him out of it, like shake him, like you know, or like just I don't know, try to snap him out of it. Juno, sorry.
Luring song. Knows the songs or harpy target is more than 5 feet away. Harpy target must move on its turn the most direct route. It doesn't have opportunity attacks, but permanent damage turns or whatever. I'm gonna say, rather than shaking him away, you can attempt to grapple one of your allies to prevent them from walking further.
Yeah, I'll do. Yeah.
Okay, so
that'd be athletics, right?
Who are you trying to grapple?
Juno.
Roll me an athletics contested by Juno's own athletics.
Bring it on.
Oh, I have to roll in athletics too.
Yeah, bring it on, Juno.
Yes.
Where is athletics?
You want to roll?
Left side. For skills. Towards the top. 1, 2, 3, fourth from the top. Under skills.
Oh, I do see it. Sorry.
So Drakgar, you see Juno kind of like begin to walk towards the ledge, in an attempt to reach the harpies, or luring them with their charming song, shall we say. How right before he's about to reach the ledge, you're gonna grab your arms around him to kind of pull him back, from the ledge. Porunga, you're trying to do the same to Metius. Roll me your athletics. Contested by Metius' own athletics.
I'll do the same to Derek.
Yeah.
Can I use acrobatics?
I mean, you could have definitely used acrobatics. What is your acrobatics modifier?
It's better than my athletics.
Uh,
Only a 4,
so you.
but I really want to listen to the singing.
So you're effectively.
I don't think you do.
You're effectively charmed by the harpies until you snap out of it, or something happens that makes you snap out of it. Porunga, you run over to Metius and kind of following Draggar's lead, just gonna like grab him, like kind of grab him from the from from around his upper body, and just pull him back from the ledge. You
I was trying to beat him. Dang.
you kind of hold on. Exandria, are you trying to do the same with Derek?
Hear me out. There's no way I'm rolling higher than a 21, which is what Derek rolled.
Okay.
But I will anyways.
Damn. I'll say.
Can I?
Well, no, because I'm only letting one person per party member to.
Oh, okay.
Party member. And I'll say because Loris is here. He's gonna keyword attempt, to grapple Derek to prevent him from falling off.
Come on, you can do it.
Pray for him.
Bards have like +4 to fucking everything. As soon as I opened up Pumo's stats and I said he had a +4 to both of them, I was like, there's no way.
It's just 18.
Can Kyra do anything?
Could I have casted guidance before he did that?
A little bit too. I mean, a little bit too late for now. For that now. It's something that you have to call out before the roll is done. You guys see as though Juno and Metius are held back by Drakgar and Porunga, respectively. Which will allow you guys to make another wisdom save to get out of the charm, Metius and Juno.
Wisdom save. Okay.
I'll
Alright.
say, yeah, you make it.
Nice.
You make it. You both snap out of trance. You see as Derek, who was unable to be stopped by, by by either Exandri or Lorius, he needs to kind of make his way towards the ledge. Mind you, it is not a dead drop. There are this weirdly sort of like sticking out, jagged pillars of stone that kind of are.
Sorry, I see him going towards this.
Yes, he seems to be going towards the ledge.
I've like since I know the effect happened, I understand what's going on, right?
Correct.
Okay, can I cast Maximilian's Earthen Grasp and try to grab Derek?
Well, Maximilian's Earthen Grasp deals damage.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. Have Derek make me a strength saving throw.
No problem.
That one.
My spell save DC is 14. Oh my god. What is going on? Oops.
Takes
I wanted to put...
takes 2 points of damage and is sadly not restrained.
No.
Is not restrained by the Earthen Grasp. Could you have Derek make a athletics check as he jumps over the edge to try and parkour his way over the
Athletics or acrobatics?
I'll let either or. I'll say either or.
Now he rolls lower. What?
That
After
Can I
the
pull out a rope really quickly and throw it to my teammates? And can we wrap it around Derek and just hold on to the rope?
I think I allowed him many chances to save
It's
Derek
yeah.
already.
Well, guys, it was nice knowing you. Versy's about to come kill us.
Percy can
This is
fight me.
terrible.
As you guys are like scrambling to try and get Derek the fuck out of there. Hold on, let me just double check. Let me double check something about the save because it might determine whether he survives or not. I'll try to and when from a source other than the harpy. Oh, Earthen Grasp allows him to repeat the saving throw because he took damage from it.
Yes.
So roll me wisdom save for Derek.
It better not be low.
Last chance.
Can I cast? No, that's fine. Whatever.
What?
Makes it.
Oh.
So right as he's about to do the jump, over the ledge towards the harpies, the stone hand, almost mimicking the stone hands from before, that Metius kind of conjures up from the ground, kind of slaps Derek across the back in an attempt to grapple him, or even attempt to grapple him, but Derek managed to get out just enough time. Kind of slaps him across the back, and he kind of like and he kind of like feels the pain across his back, but then that pain sort of makes him snap out of the of the effect. You see as way off towards the distance the harpies who were across the chasm seem to kind of do like this evil cackle almost, and they and take to the skies and go off into the distance.
I'm really sad that my first instinct to hit him with the spell was the correct way to go.
So, having survived the harpies' attempts to get you guys out of there, and by out of that I mean to kill you guys, you guys will continue on your path. You see as not too far away from this chasm where this happened. You notice a long, wide bridge that seems to lead off into a series of somewhat discernible structures in the distance. Again, somehow the light of the sun doesn't quite particularly reach too good here, so a lot of the place is cast in shadow, but you manage to make out most of the details in the distance. There is a thick layer of mist that kind of covers this area, as I will show you guys how it looks like.
Whoa.
Oh man.
As we get here,
Yes.
can I? How the fuck do I make this smaller? Jesus. Okay. As we get here, I'm gonna look into my bag, and I'm going to pull out 2 vials, and I'm going to hand one of my holy water vials to Drak, and one of my holy water vials to Juno because they both do melee damage. And I'm going to let them know, like, once we were fighting the undead, Drac, if you want to coat your axe in this liquid, and then Juno, if you want to soak your fists in this liquid, it should assist in if we have to fight the dead in being dead, but to hold off on using the liquid until we actually get into a fight.
Just for clarification, originally, well, the intended way of a holy water flask is, like a thrown thing that you smack against stone, and as it cracks, it deals 2d6 radiant damage on undead creatures or fiends.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, that works too.
However, I will say, for funny purposes, I will I will allow you guys to splash it on your weapons or fist if you so desire.
Awesome.
For a
Fuck yeah.
one-time 2d6 radiant damage on your next strike that lands.
Listen, I just want him to have holy fists.
Yes.
Just go up and give him the hands.
So you guys, do you guys cross the bridge to get over to the structure in the distance?
Does the bridge look safe?
Well, one thing that I haven't described yet is that along the bridge goes over a chasm not too dissimilar from the one that you guys were nearby.
Mm-hmm.
Except unlike the previous one, you can't actually see the bottom.
Okay.
Or if there is a bottom, it is surrounded in shadows so thick that even those of you with dark vision can't actually see the end. The bridge itself looks old, weathered by time and elements. There is visible flaws in the structure, but yet it seems to still stand. The same cannot be said for the other two bridges that are next to it. Each of them have like a roughly like a 100 or so feet like gap in between them, and that's going to connect to different segments of the land. And all of the other two bridges are destroyed.
Okay, so 2 bridges are destroyed, one's standing but looks super sketchy.
Correct.
Okay.
In fact, I'm just gonna move you guys to the next map over for the time being.
If we are gonna go, we should probably go one at a time.
You guys would be coming in. Oh man, if I might zoomed in with the cameraman. You guys will be coming in from here. Where I'm pinging, you guys can put your tokens down.
All right.
I can't see the map. My map's just
Uh,
black.
It is.
You gotta put a token.
Yeah, you're gonna put the token down. It is a dark map because of the lighting.
Oh, okay. Can you ping it again? Sorry.
Over here.
Shit, the map's huge.
Oh shoot, I didn't see that. 1 second. Sorry. One more time.
Here.
Oh, I just put my guy down. Okay, sorry.
Where is my cameraman? Lighting assets. Here we go. So all of you should have your health back, except for those of you, except for Derek, who got like 2 points of damage from the Earthen Grasp.
Sorry, I was really super zoomed in. Can you ping where I'm supposed to drop myself?
I'm just gonna put you over. Yeah, I'm just gonna place you guys down on the map. Can you see now, Sandry?
I can't. Thank you.
Is everybody down? I'm not seeing. Oh, Derek is missing. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6.
My ass would never be in the front.
That's all 6 of you, as well as Kyra and Lorius in the back.
I guess I'll walk next to Tweedledee.
Let me just make sure of something here. Make sure the lighting isn't fucking me over. Okay, yeah, daylight mode is on.
So is this the bridge we're on right now, or
This is the bridge that is still active, the one that is on right now.
Okay.
You guys, well, you're obviously probably not on the bridge yet, but I'm just placing you guys here for the sake of convenience.
Gotcha.
So
Well,
what do you guys do?
I would like my bat to listen for more harpies, and it gets advantage on perception checks that rely on hearing.
All right, make me a perception check.
How do I do that through the bat? I have my bat
Back has
open.
the bat has its own sheet. If you click on it, should show. You click on the bat on the journal, which is under the summons wild shapes folder.
Yeah, I've got that open.
You click on the bats sheet. Should have stats same as how player character sheets have. What's it called? You will see that while it may not have specifically the perception thing done, if you click on wisdom on a sheet, should be able
Yeah.
to roll the skill. So 19.
19.
Though there, like I mentioned before, there is barely any sound here. You're not quite sure
Yeah.
why that is, and as far as you can tell, or as far as your bat can tell, he doesn't hear anything.
All right.
and
I don't
have
hear any, I'm telepathically communicating with my bat, and I'll say, she doesn't hear anything. I don't think there are any harpies about. Well, at least I don't hear any.
Can you have your bat scout ahead, and I'll like point towards where the end of the bridge would be. See if there's anything there.
All right. She will. Oh, everything is fucking slow. She will fly over there.
I am going to reach into my side pouch and pull out some of this translucent, like glittery looking dust. And I'm going to throw it up into the air and I'm going to cast Aid.
Okay. Porunga, you're casting light on Drakgar's axe. Okay, so they make it so that you don't emit light, but Drakgar does. Where is Drakgar? Token emits light. Bright 20 feet, dim 20 feet. Yes, for reminder, aid increases your current and max HP. It is only a temporary buff, but that max HP is increased for 8 hours for the time being. You send your bat to look ahead, and as far as you can tell, there isn't actually, or the bat can inform to you rather, telepathically. He believes he sees something in the distance. Looks like a figure, at the very least, a humanoid silhouette, but it can't confirm precisely what it may be.
All right. I can send the bat up to 100 feet away from me and see through its senses,
Correct.
which I will do, or I guess I am doing. And you're saying that I perceive some humanoid figure in the distance?
Correct.
Okay, I will start. Before I even go into the senses of the bat, I will sit down with my legs crossed, and I'll say to everybody, "I'm going to scout using my familiar, but I won't be able to hear you, and I won't be able to see you while I'm doing it." And then I'll do it, and as I'll see things, can I speak? Can Metius speak while he's in the senses of the bat?
You just can't hear yourself talk or hear anybody else respond for that matter.
So I'll be trying to say out loud what I see. So I'll communicate to my comrades that there seems to be a figure in the distance. It's humanoid, but I can't make out exactly what it is.
Do you guys answer?
Oh, can he hear us when he's in that?
Are you already in your familiar senses? But or
I'm still in them. Yeah.
okay, yeah, okay. In that case, you wouldn't be able to hear the response. But do you guys do anything when you hear this?
It's probably an undead. Best case scenario, it'll just be Damon. Um, but the worst case, we might need to be on our guard, or maybe it's a patrolman of Necropolis. I don't really know how Necropolis works, guys.
All right. After a few more moments, the bat will come back, and I will stand back up.
And then I'm going to offer. I'm gonna say I'm gonna grab my rope and I'm gonna say I'm gonna wrap this around you, Juno, and then you try to walk forward, see if the bridge is sturdy, and then if it falls, I'm gonna rope you back up.
Xander's gonna roll her eyes and just take the rope and spread her wings. And
That's cheating.
fly to the other side of the bridge and try to fixate it to something sturdy.
Okay, I mean,
No, wait. You know what, Drac? You did it better. I will fly above Juno the entire time across. Granted, I won't be able to hold him if he falls, but I might be able to assist some other way.
Hopefully.
By like guiding him across the bridge on what spots look good and bad.
Oh, that could work.
Because I can't hold anybody, but I'll try and give him like advantage, so to speak, across the whole bridge as I fly above him and look specifically down at the bridge.
Okay. So you begin to, fly and go holding on to the rope as you, if I got this correctly, Drakgar, you're walking forward.
No, Juno is going
Juno.
across the bridge.
My bad.
Yeah.
You walking forward? Juno?
Yes. I'm going on along with the plan.
Okay. In that case, you begin to move forward. You get to like around the halfway point of the bridge, around the same part where the bat familiar is at, and you begin to see the humanoid figure as well. It looks almost like a wisp. You can't quite make out its shape in the distance. However, so you're flying above Juno, right, Xandri?
Yeah. I'm above Juno, just trying to guidance him and give him advantage on any type of might be coming by helping him.
As you guys get to the halfway point of the bridge, the rest of you guys who are still on the other side of the bridge begin to hear a sound behind you. You hear this strange sound of like the ground moving, perhaps. As you turn around, you see in the distance. I'm gonna place them on the map, but keep in mind that they are in the distance. See a couple of figures rise up from the ground. First, it looks like like three simple sort of like skeletal figures seem to rise up. And at first you're like, oh well, just three skeletons, big deal, right? You then see as these masses of light form themselves and manifest not too far at the sides of the skeletons. Okay, two skeletons and two weird ghost things. Looking pretty tough, but what else can we do, right? Behind all five of them,
the ground splits open and you see this large figure emerge from the ground as the skeletal remains of a Minotaur seem to rise up.
Oh god.
Kyra looks at this and just gives a very nonplus. Oh. Then she looks towards you guys and says, "Other side of the bridge now."
As soon as she says that, I'm sprinting.
They cannot. So I assume those of you, yeah. So you guys like run.
Yeah.
Okay. So all of you guys fucking book it to the other side of the bridge. The creatures following closely behind as they themselves break out in a sprint, chasing you guys across the bridge. You guys move yourself across the bridge out of water quickly.
Took 2 damage. When did I take 2 damage?
Took the damage because they saved your life. Otherwise, you would have taken. Let me go back to the notes. Oh no, 5d6. 5d6 worth of falling damage if you would have been taken.
Guys, what you guys do to me? Oh my god.
So
5d6. Holy shit.
So you guys like book it, sprint on the other side of the bridge. The creatures following closely behind you. As you all get to around here, the other side of the bridge, the strange figure that you guys saw in the distance, both you, Juno, and you, Metius, through the senses of your familiar, seems to manifest itself in front of you guys. Almost as if like the shadows in the area begin to coalesce in a single form to kind of solidify that previously semi-ethereal figure. You see what appears to be a figure that seems to be donning a old but well-maintained set of armor. However, though their shape is humanoid, their face is skeletal. They seem to be clearly an undead. On one hand, they hold what appears to be a staff, magical of sorts. Right as the creatures at behind you, around when they themselves are like halfway point of the bridge, the skeletal figure slams the staff on the ground, and this kind of wave expands from outward from him, which causes the creatures to kind of reel back and then slowly retreat back to the other side of the bridge until they return to the earth.
Wow.
The skeletal figure then turns his attention to you guys. And with almost like a. Obviously, you know, being a skeleton, you wouldn't expect an actual voice coming from him. But it seems to talk. And he looks at you guys and says, "Who approaches the Necropolis of Telamok, resting place of the Dragonlords?"
Guys, I'm awake.
Oh god.
Kinda turns.
We see
I-
passage.
Kinda.
We are
Uh.
prophets from Estoria.
You don't look like prophets to me. State your true business.
We've come
I will hold up the amulet that I am carrying, and I'll say that one measure or one I can't speak. One thing that we need to carry out is returning this to its rightful place. It harbors the curse of grave robbing, and we've been tasked to return it.
You see, as for the flash of a second, the skeletal figure's thin frame, the skull seems to flash like this weird sort of golden runes across
Oh, cool.
across its surface. And he says, he wanna points one of his bony fingers at you, Metius, and says, "That was taken from the necropolis. But you are not the one that took it, are you?"
No, I am not.
Willingly taking on the curse of someone else. Not many would do that nowadays.
My companions and I try to do right by the dead at every step, every chance we get. This is only another opportunity for us.
I see. The skull seems to kinda look around as if it's like scanning all of you. For a moment, the turning of his head stops on a couple of you, and then Damon. Oh well, I guess I already gave away the name, huh? And then the skeleton says, "I smell it on all of you. The stench of fate follows you at your every step. And
Nah, man, that's just my wife. Sorry, bro.
Oh my facepalm.
That never happened.
You shush. I can't write stuff.
Derek,
I grappled Derek and put my hand over his mouth.
Derek
Is that
Lenius.
D-Man? Is that you?
It's been 500 years. I thought you gone from this world, and not in the sense that you were dead."
Nah, I got trapped by
Oh, God.
this very attractive woman, which bounded me to a age, as one could say. In prison for 500 years as well.
I remember Versi took a fancy to you.
It was nice, but after 500 years, I don't know, man.
Oh God.
He himself kind of shakes.
Bros, you're bro. Hey, we're bros, okay? Don't you judge. Where are you? How have you been doing 500 years ago?
Oh
Exactly.
Lord. I'm just facepalming so hard right now.
This is how it's gonna be, okay?
The lich, who you believe to be Damon, kind of shakes his head for a couple of seconds, and kind of when he looks up, his skeletal visage seems to be staring not at you, Derek, but over at Kyra, and says, "Kyra, you've returned. Are you here to pay proper respect to the Dragonlords this time around?" Kyra just shrugs and says, No, I'm just here to, help record the happenings of this incredible, powerful warrior's trail through history."
I start flexing.
Hey, don't worry. I'll make sure it happens. At least something.
Damon, kind of like scratching his skeletal chin with the hand that isn't holding the staff, says, "I should have expected no less. And yet, traditions must be upheld. As the guardian of the Necropolis, I cannot allow you passage without the payment of proper tribute."
What is this tribute then?
Kinda
Ash?
over at you guys and says,
I know who has it, but this person's got to remember their own
kinda
stuff.
looks at you guys and says,
Approach
the
brainstorm.
Necropolis without knowing the price of passage.
I look in my bag and then I grab the coin. What's it called?
Burnished Dragonlord coin.
Yeah, that one.
Right.
I'm looking through minutes.
My money.
And then I reach my hand out and offer it to him.
Damon kinda looks over at you. Seems to walk, but not really walk. It's almost as if he's hovering just a couple of inches off the ground and just kind of like floating towards you. Just kind of grabs or plucks rather, the coin off your hand. You feel like a cold, dead aura emanating from him as he approaches. Looks over at the coin, moves it from one side, and in a almost like sleight of hand trick, sort of vanishes from his hand. He looks over at you guys and says, "Warriors who travel to the Necropolis, passage will be allowed to you. Come forth,
Woo!
come forth, and witness with your own eyes the resting place of those who defended Tylea in the First War. And as for you," he points over to you, Metius. "Step closer."
Shit.
All right. My bat and I will step closer. Sorry, it's lagging a bit.
Damon, don't hurt him, okay? Part of my crew.
Is he motioning for me to step like right in front of him?
Yes, correct.
All right, I will do that as soon as it lets me.
Sorry, I just noticed the bat on the board. I'm sorry. I was like,
It's
what
my
the hell
bat.
is that? Like, what the hell is that? I'm sorry. I was like, what the? That was a potato for a moment. I'm sorry. I apologize.
He kind of, gestures closer, and he stops hovering. He actually lowers himself down, so he's like a little bit more at eye level with you.
Cool.
He says, "This necklace you carry with you once belonged to one of the Dragonlords of old. It was stolen by a unscrupulous element. If you've taken this curse upon yourself willingly, I want to ask you this. Is the person who took this truly regretful of their actions?"
I believe that they are, but only time will tell.
I'm sorry. I was gone. Where is he with us? Is the guy with us still? Or
No,
no?
he's
No.
in the.
Okay, I'm sorry. I think I was gone. That's why. I didn't know what was going on. I'm sorry.
Not only have we taken the burden of the curse from him, but Exandri, and I will point over to her, also set him up with ample opportunity to redeem himself and to serve his family in the way that he couldn't before, and the way that he really tried to, although improperly, by stealing this necklace. I believe he's regretful, and that's why I take it back. And I also take it back so that we can do right by the dead Dragonlords.
My homies.
Kind of looks over at you and seems to uh, place, his hand that isn't holding the staff like forward as if for you to deposit the necklace.
I'll put it in his hand.
As you have your hand kind of like hovered over his to put the necklace in his skeletal hand, with the one that he's holding a staff, you see a light quickly emanate from it, and kind of he touches you in the forehead with the staff. He
Bonk.
casts. Let me double check something. This greater restoration to free you from the effects of the curse of the grave robber.
Got bonked in the head. Now he's fine.
Xandria's gonna speak up. She sees what spell's being cast, and she notices that it's a familiar spell that she's seen clerics use before, so she's not too worried about it. But she's going to speak up and be like, I was asked to give you a message by Vulcan. He wanted to tell me that he says hello, and he hoped you're doing well. And he misses your guys' chats.
Ah, Vulcan. Right. One of the 5 who once blessed the Dragonlords. It's been quite many years since anyone has properly visited. I require no companionship, of course. But I suppose, if he still remembers our old accords, there is still yet hope for this world. Very,
Yay, friendship forever.
very well. Now, I know that all of you wish to take passage to the Necropolis. And yes, I will even allow you passage as well, Kyra. And she kind of
Lol.
does like a very Kyra kind of answers back with like a very condescending bow to but then Damon says, "But what about that one? Is he with you?" And looks over at Loris.
Yeah, he's with us. He's
Yes.
friendly.
And bro,
Loris with us.
By the way, is scared shitless. Not only
I'll go over
No.
to Loris
not only did he
and
had to not only he had to run, away from all of that horde of undead, but there's also this fucking legendary like lich standing in front of him, like pointing his finger at him.
I'll go over and I'll take Loris's hand and walk him forward and be like, "Don't worry, he's just a keeper and a friend of my grandpa's."
and one of my best buddies,
A friend of
Loris.
my
Loris,
grandpa is a skeleton.
want to step up to Loris, but like, where can my thing?
That sounds like a light novel title. A friend of mine.
Come on.
Fuck yeah.
So, you kind of walk Loris over to Damon. Loris just kind of does like a vow at him, and Damon, after kind of like scratching his skeletal chin, just says, "Very well. I suppose there is no true limit of how many people can enter with a singular Dragonlord coin, as long as it's paid by the whole group. In that case, that one shall be allowed passage as well.
You.
Now, you must understand. While within this necropolis, do not dare disturb those whose tombs have been protected by true sanctified rituals, lest you risk forcing the curse of the grave robber on you."
I stare menacingly at Derek.
What? What I hear? I
Don't
didn't hear
you
anything.
even think about it.
I'm just gonna say hi to them, bro. Calm down.
No,
They're not like they're your friends,
Oh
sir.
goodness.
Exactly.
I will.
David, before you give us passage, may I ask you a question?
You may, though I may not have much knowledge on the outside world matters.
So good.
That is fine. I was curious if you knew anything about the ship, the Ultros.
Ah, the legendary ship once commanded by Estor Archelander. Is said
That one.
to have once housed dozens of oarsmen who rowed endlessly upon the great Cerulean Sea.
We had nice parties on it too.
Right. Why do you ask for this one? For this ship?
Well, as I mentioned earlier, we were all given profits, and one of our profits is to find out information about this ship. So every time I've ran into somebody who might have been from that era or know something about that era, I just find it easiest to just be open and ask.
Kind of stares at you for a couple of seconds. There's a bit of dead silence in the air.
Oh, she's a weird one, man. I know. It's okay, but just answer your question.
And then Damon says, "The ship of the Ultros disappeared alongside the Estor Archelander's spirit. He hasn't been seen for quite many centuries since. And even if it was still out there, I do not see how it would be able to make its way this far inland."
To the water you must go,
Find
probably.
Estor Archelander's tomb here, amongst many others.
I mean, is our buddy's tomb as here as well?
Everyone is here. Or most of everyone.
Yeah. God dang it.
No,
Um,
no tomb for you, however. Because
Not yet. Don't worry, not yet, man. Not yet.
we knew that you
I
were
don't
here.
know. He almost just died today, a couple hours ago, actually.
Mm.
I wasn't paying attention. No, don't worry about it. I'm sure you could. You had. Yeah, I'm sure you have space there for me just in case. I know. Gotta have at least like an empty tomb in there somewhere.
If only we still had people who work in construction here.
We can find more people. Don't worry.
Sadly, as you can see, the kind of looks around this like desolate, like ruined, tombs, and he just looks back and says, "There appears to be a shortage of hands."
Don't.
Can I reach into my backpack and can I pull out of my backpack some of my parchment papers and my only quill and ink and hand it over to Damon?
Hold on, what are you pulling out to hand over to Damon?
I pulled out the rest of my parchment paper, my ink quill, and some ink to hand over to Damon. And I'm going to say, a gift for you. So, in case Vulcan or Derek in this case ever feel like writing you and sending an owl your way, you may respond.
Kind of looks at the as he kind of grabs like the parchment and ink and all that, all in one hand, by the way.
Yeah.
Each of them are sort of, you see as he reaches into his clothes. Uh, he doesn't like it doesn't appear as if he's putting them somewhere else. Somewhere else. It seems like he reaches into. Uh, it seems like he reaches into the like a gap in the armor, and they just kind of like vanish as if he's putting them in some form of a extra dimensional space. Uh, he kind of looks over and says,
I will keep that in mind. Now, if there's nothing else, I must return this necklace to its proper tomb.
I do have a very good question for you. Have you heard of any or have any knowledge of some skin-bound dark tomes of old?
Kind of hovering a couple of inches off the ground, kind of leans in really close, and just kind of looks at you with his skeletal eyes. And
Mhm.
is there something you wish to share?
Yes, I have one. I want to know what their purpose is. I was instructed by a priest that they're better off destroyed, but anything that will help us turn the tide in this war is I'll consider any boon.
He
Killed her sister for it.
he looks over, kind of looks over and at Derek and says, "Which one?"
The green one.
God damn it.
What did I just miss? What's the green one?
I guess Demetria, yeah, sure, why not?
and then
She's the one that has leave. Come on, he's the one that's thorns.
You
God.
obviously, because he's a skeleton, there's no visible expression in Damon's face, but you can tell by the way his empty eyes like stare. It's almost as if he's like, okay.
Not like I've not seen that before. Come on, guys. 500 years. Like I
And
said.
then looks back at Metius and says, "Hand over that door."
Why?
If you wish for me to discern its contents, then logic dictates that I must read it.
Okay, I'll hand it over.
Kinda and kind of levitates it a bit over his hand as the pages begin to flip.
Cool as fuck.
He
Can I get that cantrip?
he kind of, hey man, when you become a level 20 lich, maybe. Anyway, the so
Bad.
the pages flip at a decently fast pace. All throughout, Damon's unmoving skeletal face is staring at the book. After a couple of seconds, not even a minute, the book closes, lands back on his hand, and passes it over to you, and says, "Some strange magic penned by Lutheria herself. Be careful where you show that book." However, that was not all that was in the contents.
The diary.
The second part of
Shoot.
the book, the second part of the book was a ritual, a detailed process to create menads, foul,
What?
fey creatures. If one
We
was
killed
to
those.
follow these steps to the letter, not only would they be able to turn any innocent woman into a menad, but also they would be at their command.
Burn it.
Brought me a dark book indeed.
Are there any fires to burn it here? To make it safe.
We will certainly destroy this.
I can destroy it if you wish.
I'll do it after I check the magics in it.
Oh, wait. Oh.
Suit yourself. But remember, when you stare too deep into the abyss, it stares back.
Googly
I'll
eyes.
keep that in mind.
Get rid of it.
I'll wrap the book back up and put it in my bag.
He kind of then levitates a little bit back away and says, "Now, if this will be all."
Well,
I'm out of game. We're good. Did you have to ask this person?
About your Dragonlord treasure or something?
You mean mine? A fight
No,
for
I
it?
think this is the person Porunga's supposed to speak to.
Porunga, say something real quick. Come on, bro.
I think he died.
For clarification,
Speaking out.
Porunga was told that the one who knows where the treasure of the Dragonlords is the spirit of Estoria himself.
Right.
You have been told by Aesop, now confirmed by Damon, that the spirit of Estoria doesn't lie within the necropolis, but rather
You go somewhere.
within the ship itself.
Hey, my free stuff.
Right. Okay.
Okay, so
Yo, I'll ask. Hey, yo, Damon, where can I get my stuff at?
oh my god.
He looks over and says, "With that type of attitude, I suppose what you are looking for is the tomb of Xander Hurat, he who once led the Dragonlords during the time of the First War, lies entombed within this very necropolis. With him, a great variety of treasures, once wielded by the Dragonlords of old, is buried as well. Seek
I'm guessing my.
Okay.
these things out. This tomb.
Let's.
Find Xander Hurat. And yes, to answer your question, kind of looking at you, Derek, if your stuff is what you're worried about, perhaps you'll have a chance to speak to Xander himself.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna get yelled at for partying too crazy that day and then getting abducted by a hot daughter of a god. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get yelled at. It's not gonna be pretty. You'll probably come in there and just start laughing at me. I know you did a while ago as well.
Perhaps you.
Avery starts prepping a bandage to wrap around. Derek's face again.
He Damon says, from time to time, the spirits of the dead make their way across this necropolis. Both those that belong to the Dragonlords of old, as well as those who have been bound in servitude to protect this place. Be
Yeah,
careful
cool.
which tombs you visit, for not all may welcome the intrusion. Under no obligation to stop you under unless you are to purposely break one of the sanctified entombings. Otherwise, you are welcome to walk around at your leisure. If you truly are those who have been chosen by the fates, and those who are to carry on the will of old, then I am willing to look the other way on some matters that happen during your stay here. But be careful where you tread, for I do not care if you are indeed those of legend. If you delved into those that are the places most dear to me, you will feel my wrath.
Hey, guys, don't do nothing stupid. These are my friends.
Before we continue, I'm
Us?
grappling.
If any of us are to do anything stupid, or maybe give yourself the pep talk.
I don't know, man. I'm more of kind of me regretting being disappearing for 500 years and not down with my friends. So I'd rather not disturb them. I already feel
Well,
so.
that's not why we're here. So
Before we continue, I'm grappling Derek, and I'm making sure he doesn't do anything stupid or touch anything.
Shush! You're in my people's place, sir.
I wrap his face with gauze.
If you want to
and-
resist, you can try. You could try
Bro,
fighting my
get off,
grapple
no,
check,
bro.
but you're not freaking.
Brother, get off, David, bro. See what they do to me, bro.
You guys are grappling each other on the side. Damon kind of raises his staff up high and then slams it back down, and you see as the shadowy veil that covered this whole place in somewhat of a darkness, or so at the very least some form of dim light, begins to dissipate slightly.
Wow.
There's a change in the lighting that allows you guys to adjust your sight a little bit better to this place.
Hey.
AKA, I'm getting rid of dynamic lighting because it's too fucking laggy. No.
That was a powerful lich. He just got rid of all shadows.
So it was laggy. Is that why it was so laggy right now?
Yes, because dynamic lighting was covering the entire map. But now you guys can
I
see
was like,
everything.
oh boy.
Yeah.
I was like, oh boy. Look, guys.
Whenever I hear you guys comment of, oh man, this shit's laggy, I'm like, wait, hold on, don't you guys run like Final Fantasy on your computers? How is this shit laggy, you guys?
Yeah, it's wild. Like I don't even understand why it's tanking me.
Yeah, I don't understand either. I also play Final Fantasy, but like Roll20 is just like I don't even know.
Yeah, it doesn't always happen for me, but it's like random. It's either it does happen or it doesn't. There's like
I
no
played
in between.
One day I did absolutely nothing because it was turned to stone. I played legally and just the whole time I wasn't even laggy. It's hilarious.
Now, as Damon makes it easy for you guys to see this, the area, and allows you essentially free reign onto the rest of the necropolis. That is sadly where we're gonna have to end the session because we're already at ending time.
Right.
So, you guys have made it onto the necropolis, one step closer to retrieving the treasures of the old Dragonlords.
Yay,
To be
shit.
used by you guys in a new generational journey, shall we say? And
I'm gonna get my old stuff.
best of all, none of you guys pissed off Damon, so he didn't disintegrate any of you. Now,
No, he got no.
Disintegrated. Why did we
No.
shut him up?
No, Damon knew I was a dumbass and talked so much. He's like, I've dealt with this before. Just ignore it. Come on.
I'm totally gonna keep Derek grapple the entire time we're in here.
Or disrespecting the place of my
we
dead
could've-
peoples.
We could have killed off Pumo.
Sure. Fuck.
All we had to do was let him piss off David. Why?
I wouldn't piss them off, like I said.
We could have been
Okay.
rid of him forever.
So
No.
so just so you guys,
We also could have let him die when he was by the harpies too.
well, just so you guys know, well, you know, obviously, I said that more of a joke. He wasn't gonna incinerate you guys if you tried to, you know, if you piss him off. He was gonna prevent the passage if you didn't provide the coin. Good thing that
Nice coin,
Drakgar,
Drakgar.
good thing the Drakgar remembered to bring out the coin. Now, next session, well, you guys will be venturing deeper into the necropolis. I'm going to wrap up the recording by saying, those of you who are watching this on YouTube, well, thank you guys for watching. Continue to stick around to see how the rest of this Odyssey plays out for our heroes now that they're tackling their second labor by entering deeper into Necropolis and hopefully finding the treasures of the Dragonlords of old to assist them in their journey. Other than that, I'll be me signing off.